Yo, welcome back. Return to the Mac, episode 124. M.A.C. Moss, Andrew, Carl, back in the building for another week. What's happening?
Yours good, man.
We back. We motherfucking back.
You know what?
What's good with you?
In the building.
Nothing,
Shit.
man. Nothing. Getting in the Christmas spirit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah. We just put the tree up.
Y'all put the tree up already?
Yeah, we ain't decorated yet. It's just up.
Oh, that's half.
We ain't got that far yet.
That's half the battle. I don't like decorating and shit.
Yeah, I'm not with the vibes, but
Oh man.
I mean, I'll put the tree up, but I don't have like any want to hang ornaments on it. Like I leave that for everybody else to do.
I kind of like
you put
that
the tree
part.
up.
I mean, sometimes I don't even put up a tree at my house, but like by myself, it's not the same. When it was like a family thing, or like even when I had roommates and shit, and we would do like Christmas, we would do Crown Christmas and just get a couple of bottles of Crown and decorate it at that point. But it was always like fun shit like that. So I always think of like decorating Christmas decoration was fun to me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. So like the opposite of how you feel about Halloween.
Yeah, exact opposite. I got no beef with any other holiday but Halloween and Valentine's Day, probably.
You feel like that pointless?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But that doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Most holidays are kind of pointless.
It's a lot of holidays now.
Yeah, it's a lot of bullshit.
It's literally one every day.
What's your favorite holiday, though?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Food and football is just
Food and
how you gonna beat that?
For sure.
I mean, Christmas is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not.
Christmas and football is good
Christmas,
too.
But
And
And
you
basketball.
always get football on Christmas, though, dude.
right.
Well, basketball.
Basketball is
on
guaranteed,
Christmas, yeah.
which is always a good time as well. But
not
I
the same.
just love Thanksgiving.
It's usually big games on Christmas Day.
Yeah, almost always.
Yeah,
It's
no,
really
but,
good.
yeah, they try, but it's to me, you know.
Are you
Yeah, you don't watch
too?
regular season.
I don't know. I'll have to say Christmas. I don't think anything outweighs Christmas as far as.
I mean, you can't beat that. When you have with a family, it makes more sense.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, Christmas probably was my favorite when I was younger,
Yeah.
but now it's Christmas is still cool. But Thanksgiving,
And see, I feel like Thanksgiving is cool, but it's like you almost eat the same shit.
every week, every year. Yeah.
I mean, no, for Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
it's very similar.
you know, I'll get that and gifts and shit. You know, kind of,
See where you're going there.
kind of the same, but it's like Thanksgiving plus. You know, if you just subscribe,
Thanksgiving
you
plus.
took the higher subscription.
It is Thanksgiving with gifts.
No commercials.
Thanksgiving plus. That's funny.
You pay for no commercials.
Seriously.
What's your favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday.
Want somebody to just come in with a different answer.
420.
Yeah, Columbus Day.
4th of July. Barbecue.
It's a great day. I mean, even though
I really
every day is
love Groundhog's
420.
Day.
but,
He
you know.
said 420. Hey, I accept your answer if that's what you're going with.
Oh, Christmas is cool though.
Christmas is cool.
It's cool.
If I have to do it, it's all right.
It's cool.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get some Christmas shopping done earlier. I'm trying to be done. I don't know, within the next like week or so. I'm trying to do
Yeah,
it
it's
all this
different when
week
you're
if
an
I
adult.
can.
This is about the kids.
Going hard, trying to get it all done.
If I can.
Respect.
If I can.
I
yeah.
like that.
I'm sure it's gonna be one or two things, you know, but I want to get it done and
I should do
and
that
have shit
too.
over with.
Doing what you doing?
Getting Christmas
Get all my
shopping.
gifts done, man.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
I got a few
still
things
behind,
already.
but
Got a few things.
I guess Christmas is driving bleak because like every year the gifts get more expensive. I don't know if you've gotten to this level yet where like
Oh, for sure.
like
For sure.
yeah now got a game system, got a Switch last year, and that's you want a laptop and a whole game system. So it's like, all right.
Yeah.
That's gonna hit a little bit.
Yeah, see,
Got to
I
work
ain't
something
got to
out.
that point
Yeah,
yet, no.
And of course, clothes and shoes too.
Right.
And all that good stuff.
You're not getting rid of those just
Yeah.
because we got the two big.
Gotta had a new drip to come back to school with.
See, my daughter don't really care about that, like clothes and stuff. Still, she want toys and stuff.
Oh,
but
yeah, you ain't
she
got there
did.
yet.
She asked for another dollhouse. All right, I told her, you know what? I don't think Santa's gonna get you a dollhouse this year. I told her straight
No,
up.
bro, appreciate still having to just buy the toys right now.
No,
Because
but-
once the toys are out the
no.
door, it's all high price shit now.
Yeah, no, I mean, them
everything
dollhouses is
up.
not cheap, dog. You pay like
Yeah, you right.
$200 for them shits.
You right. They do get up
But
there.
the thing is, she's gotten dollhouses each of the last 2 years. So the first one that she got, she's just stopped playing with it because she
that's
wanted,
how it go.
She wanted this new one, this Barbie dollhouse. So I got that one last year, and now she doesn't play with them.
Yeah.
She never fucking plays with them.
It's about a month and a half to 2 months after Christmas, and it's over.
It just sits there.
It's over. It's done with.
And I'm like, no, I don't think Santa's gonna get you one this year. You know how long that shit took, especially the first one. That shit's like it was all wood, fucking 1,000 pieces. Took me all fucking night. Because I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna put it up before Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna put it up the night before. It's just gonna take me what?
She need that upgrade, bro.
Yo, I was up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
She need you to lay some bricks this time. Bro. Upgrade. Lay them bricks down, bro. Need that brick house.
I was gonna say, throw some paint on the old one and bust it back out again.
I'll throw that shit away. That one is gone. So she doesn't play with them. So I mean, I don't know. Really, I think I'm trying to decide. Do I want to get like a hoverboard or something? But I don't know if we're ready for that yet.
Oh yeah,
sure.
I got one. Yeah, got one of those a couple years ago.
Yeah,
that was on the list a couple years ago.
Yeah,
I think that shit in my trunk right now, just chilling. Just in my trunk. That's for no reason.
That's the fucked up thing about buying gifts for your kids, man. You just realize that you wasted a bunch of fucking money.
That joint just in the trunk, bro.
When it comes back around, you're like, yo, this is some bullshit.
I got her a bike. She rode that joint like twice. Kids don't even like going outside no more. Sound like some old heads right now, but shit.
Yeah, so, right. That's a fact.
So old.
That's a fact.
But speaking of school, some shit pissed me off last week. All right,
let's hear it.
So, daughter had got sent home. I had to leave work to go pick her up again. Close contact with somebody got COVID at school. Second time this to happen. All right, so I'm like, all right, cool. Go pick her up. Boom. So you had to stay out for like 3 days. Got to come back with a negative test and all this other shit. But what I found out is that they just sending home kids that ain't vaccinated, and kids that are get to stay in school. I got an issue with that. What the fuck you mean? The kids is vaccinated get to stay that was all in contact with the person too? I don't understand.
Talk to him, Moss.
It's almost like they trying to like enforce something.
Talk to him, Moss.
I mean, you know that's coming next, bro.
But it's like,
I mean, kids can get the vaccine.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's like what we talking about? It's not like the vaccinated kids can't get it if they was in contact with them. That's all I'm saying.
Get it?
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
She can't come back till. She could come back tomorrow, but I'm like, they going break. And tomorrow's the last day. They going break for the rest of the week. What the fuck is the point? Like, what we doing?
What's your stance?
She got missed 2 weeks. She got a 2 week break.
What's your stance on? Do you have the? You don't have. You're not vaccinated.
No, I don't.
Not yet. So what's your?
Should say as a personal question, man.
Should have said you're immunized.
I'm immunized.
I mean, what's your stance on it though?
I mean, I don't really have like a stance. My only thing is when it becomes like an inconvenience. And this is one of them situations where it's like, oh, you just gonna inconvenience all the kids that's not vaccinated. They gotta get sent home for a week or 3 to 4 days.
That one's even crazier than the adult stuff, just because the percentage of kids getting COVID and having any legitimate problems is so small.
Yeah,
that's just insane.
Right. That's why, I mean,
I'm not gonna repeat it.
That's why I have no urgency to get my daughter vaccinated. Like, no, it's not even a thought that crossed my mind. Like, I'm not one of them parents.
And
as soon as my child coughs, I'm thinking COVID.
They got germs.
I'm thinking, okay, you just need some cough medicine. Go lay your ass down for a little bit, drink some water or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Like, it just doesn't cross my mind that way. It's because we've dealt with these things before, right?
You can't go straight to COVID every time you
right. It's just
it's November. They're gonna be coughing the next 4 months.
Yeah. It's just something I've expected to happen at this point. So,
so that was some bullshit. It was that and more so because she was like really looking. She likes school. She loves school, so she was really looking forward to some shit going on than this week or whatever that she had to miss. So it was like that kind of pissed me off too because she was upset about it. Like,
you know what
I'm saying? It's like
back on this.
And she
like, I don't like that.
You got to find something like to do with that, right?
Yeah. I mean, she be chilling at the crib. She don't be doing nothing crazy, but it's just like She wants to be at school.
Stay by herself, right?
Yeah. She's a teenager.
Damn,
now,
I can't wait till I get to that.
Teenager now, bro.
I can't wait till I get to that.
13, cook and all that shit by herself.
Right, yeah, just don't leave the fucking house.
Yeah, she's independent.
Getting your freedom.
Besides getting what she need to get.
Damn.
Except for these Christmas gifts.
Yeah, right. That's for sure.
Very dependent.
Independent. She just don't have no money.
Yeah, she doesn't got no money. I gotta provide everything she needs, but she can do everything else.
Oh, so she's a woman.
Self-sufficient. Yeah, there you go.
Just kidding.
Oh,
Don't shoot me. Just kidding. Well, for real. Just kidding.
that might have been a little bit deeper than.
Yeah, I took it there.
Yeah, you took a shot right
I
there.
took it there. It was just when you see the open court with no defenders and you got the ball, you gotta
take
go
it.
dunk.
That's
Yeah,
when
I
you
take
can't really counter either. You know, that's one of them knockout.
Yeah, you got a 360 that bitch.
It's facts. And you're in the face.
Watch out for that clear lane foul.
Shit.
Somebody might take you out.
Horse collar.
Oh man.
Anything else happened this week?
Oh, that was
These
it.
commie schools.
Thanksgiving coming up. Short week, short work week
I can't
again.
believe Thanksgiving
Yes.
is a couple days away.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I got
It's going down.
A couple.
This year went by kind of quick, man. Shit, speeding by. It's
did
almost 2022.
Almost, man. We'll be popping a bottle on New
Right around the
Year's.
corner. Right around the corner. Any New Year's plans? We gotta do something.
I have no plans. No.
I haven't like turned up for New Year's in a hot minute. I used to be on some chill
I
shit.
did
don't even
right
remember.
before.
COVID.
Yeah, right before COVID and Carter and shit. Yeah,
Okay.
it was. I think 20 coming into 2020.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coming into 2020,
Yeah.
turned up like a motherfucker. We had time, not of our lives, shots after shot.
That's one of them last hurrahs right there.
I was DJing. I was DJing the party.
Oh, yeah,
I was
you was
playing all
getting
the
it in.
hits.
Oh no.
And I had it turned up. Dog.
Oh, shit. Kodak and Florida
No,
rappers.
It won't even that. It won't that, bro. I was playing everything.
Shots
I was
fired.
playing everything. People was feeling it. The night was young.
The night was young.
If you saw somebody like fall out at the party and there was too many people around, would you stop the show or you just keep on pressing?
No, we gonna keep on
You
pressing
gotta keep
on.
on.
Ain't no
Press-
breaks.
you better get your
Like
ass
Uzi
up.
said, ain't no breaks in my
That's why
show.
I might stop the music and be like, get your ass up, get your weak ass off the dance floor.
Oh man.
No.
Until you see it's your girl. Like, oh, shit.
What the fuck was you doing over there? That was my first question. What are you doing over there? Getting stomped out. Oh, yeah. Well, what do y'all think about Kyle Rittenhouse?
We going right there.
Let's go right there.
That's where we going already.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, hey, bro. I mean, we know what the fuck going on.
Not guilty.
On nothing. It's a free man with a couple bodies on his sleeve.
What, four? He shot 4 people or killed
I think he killed 2,
2?
shot, and some others got shot, something like that. Something like that. I can't remember. I don't know.
You know what?
I ain't really been paying attention. Like I just been seeing
When
little
I was
highlights.
watching it, bro, I can't say any part of me wanted him to go to jail for the rest of his life.
Oh,
Are you saying like watching the trial? Or-
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Watching them, I couldn't say that I wanted them to say like he was, going to spend, whatever 40 years.
oh, so the
The
fake
life,
tears got you.
What is that? No,
The fake crying got you.
It was absolutely crocodile tears. My man didn't shed one
He
real
had this
tear.
stupid, ugly face. Not one tear came down
He
his
was more
face.
constipated than sad.
That shit was
He might have been
nuts.
sad because he was constipated.
That shit was nuts. I was
no,
like, yo, this is wild. This is America. This is hilarious.
I didn't want him to go. I don't think he's super young like that, and of course, if he was black, it would be different. Of course, he would have went to jail. But that's a different story. But he's so young, like.
I say that's the story.
I mean, I don't want like a couple minutes of what happened to like ruin the rest of his life. I feel like that's not fair at the same time. But is he guilty of something? Yeah, I don't think he should have got off scot-free. But I don't want him to spend the rest of his life in jail though. That's not how I feel.
Oh, you have a nice heart. Word.
I mean, it's just
As soon I ain't like I
that's
said,
a lot, man.
I ain't see a whole bunch of. I won't pay attention too deep, but I seen this one clip of them talking about how the judge was saying that you can't call none of the people that died victims or something like that. They weren't allowed to address the people as victims. They had to address them as like looter or some other damaging word that made them seem like they was like a criminal or something.
I mean,
I was like, that's kind of odd.
The parts I saw, it did seem to me, it looked like he was going to get off the whole time. I mean, the judge looked or
Yeah, that was his man's.
very, very biased.
That was his man's.
But I'm not. I don't know, the law per se and what was like admissible in court and what they can and cannot say. But the parts I watched, it just looked like everything was kind of in favor of the guy who was, I guess, defendant. So like the prosecutors didn't really have much to lean on. And I guess when they threw out the only charge they thought that was going to stick was him being a minor and having a weapon or whatever,
and they threw that one out immediately.
They threw it out, and at that point, people know he's going to beat everything else. Because that one was the clear charge. He wasn't supposed to have it. He's clearly a minor, and I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of torn about it.
Cut off.
There was a guy on Twitter that I follow from before. His name is Tim Pool. He gets into a lot of this stuff, and he knows a lot more about the criminal stuff than I do. There's a few things that he mentioned on Twitter that I either completely didn't know at all or believed the opposite of what was true based off of what I had seen like reported and stuff. Did y'all realize that the people that were killed were not black before?
Yeah, right. I've heard that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought they were black the whole time.
I think one of them was, but I think the others.
Hold on, where did this occur again?
Kenosha. It was
it's not any black people there, right?
It was Black Lives Matter protests where everything took place.
I'm just saying there's not that many black people there, right?
I don't know. It's Milwaukee.
Probably not.
It's Milwaukee.
Probably.
Sure.
I mean,
it's probably all play for the Bucks.
Blacks are still a minority, so yeah.
I'm just saying. Once we get to those kind of places, it's like ain't no niggas here.
I didn't realize that it was even white people that he shot the way that it was being reported by the media.
Oh yeah, I can see that though.
And then,
the second thing was
one of them armed or something like that, or they did have weapons?
Yeah, there were multiple things that this guy pointed out that I was like, I mean, wow, like I wasn't surprised by the not guilty by the end. But that was something that I found really shocking. There was somebody had pulled a gun on him, and that was really like the biggest, pardon the pun, but that was the biggest smoking gun for him being innocent. Was that he claimed self-defense, and the prosecuting attorney admitted that one of the guys that got shot had pulled a gun on him.
Oh, okay.
And there was some of the other ones that got shot had were seen on video, and the prosecutor admitted that they were fighting him. Somebody had hit him with a skateboard in the head. There's stuff like that. I didn't watch the trial. I didn't care enough to know exactly all the stuff.
Yeah.
But there was just enough stuff that this guy was talking about on Twitter that I was like, I just had no idea from the way it was being reported that it was even a question.
Yeah.
It seemed like the way it was reported, like the guy did an execution and put 4 people on their knees and just like took them out. And I was just shocked to find out that wasn't the case.
Yeah, and that's ultimately why I'm like, when I was sitting there watching, I'm like, man, I don't want this dude to go to jail for the rest of his life, because it's, people are saying that like, oh, he's guilty, but none of us were there.
Oh, one more thing. I'm really sorry to interrupt you. I thought this was huge though. So the other big thing that had been talked about a lot in the media reports up until the trial was that he came from another state all the way down there with the gun and everything.
Yeah.
He had family that lived there. He was staying with his aunt and uncle that had lived in town now. So he did come down there as like this young kid that wants to be a cop. I'm going to protect my neighborhood type shit. But it wasn't like he randomly drove down from 3 states to some place just to be a part of a protest. I just thought that was a really big thing that was not reported that way.
Yeah, I mean, of course, again, we don't know all the details, but to me, it's just like, we don't know what happened, exactly. The only people that know what happened were, him and the victims or whatever you want to call them, at that night. So that's why I'm like, I can't sit here and say like, man, I want this dude to go to jail for the rest of his life. He's absolutely guilty. I have no idea what was going through his head or going through their heads at that time. So, it is what it is now. We knew this was going to happen in a sense, however you want to take that. So, hopefully, he doesn't shoot anybody else in the future. We're good to go from there, I guess.
That's true.
That's the only thing you can say at this point. So,
it was another one of these things. I wanted to stay ignorant.
Right.
I wanted to
Same.
stay ignorant to the trial because I wasn't going to pay close enough attention to like firmly stand on, I think he should have been found not guilty.
Right,
So I have
right.
no interest in arguing that with somebody. I also have no interest in the people that are like celebrating that he's not guilty, like they won, like this is our hero.
Right, yeah,
Like he
yeah,
obviously
right.
put
That's
himself
annoying.
in a shitty
Right.
position that he could that
Right.
could have avoided all of this just if he hadn't placed himself there.
Right.
It's not a celebrate moment, even if the verdict is right.
None of this is
Like,
good.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is not
None
a
of
great
this
people
is good
died.
stuff. Right, right, right.
Everybody still lost here.
Yeah.
There was not
Right.
a winner. So I wanted to stay ignorant because I honestly would rather not know enough to be a part of a debate on
And
this.
so, I mean, I wonder what happens like to somebody's like his life going forward. I mean, does this ruin like? I'm sure it's some like companies that wouldn't hire Kyle Rittenhouse, right? Or would they?
So the problem is kind of like what I was just saying is now it's either you would never hire this guy, or you've got like there
Or
was
you will-
some
right.
politician that was like he's got an internship at my office now.
Right.
Like then you've got the
I think
people
all
that
of you have
are
a problem finding a job.
no, but the problem I was getting at is
The way they're using them.
he has to lean into it, honestly.
Right, right. That's what I'm saying.
Or he will be in a bad place
Right.
for like finding work or whatever you want to call it. He's more
Right.
safe leaning into the crazy right wing extremists.
The celebration of it, yeah.
Right. That's for sure.
But
That's nuts.
oh well.
Did y'all
What do you
y'all
wanna
see
do?
the fucking parade? So
I
hold
didn't,
on.
I didn't hear anything about this really.
I seen that happen afterwards.
This was in what the fuck is that shit called? Waukesha?
Kenosha?
No.
That was the first one. It's something like Waukesha. We're just
Yeah.
gonna call it
Waukesha.
Let's call it
Waukesha.
All right. So I'm not sure. I guess it's a Christmas Day parade that was going on.
I think, well, probably Thanksgiving, something like that.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. There you go.
We ain't got there yet.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense.
Thanksgiving. Take it.
Skip right over it, bro.
But it's fucking like SUV comes like the only video I've seen from it is
Yeah, I shared it in the chat.
SUV is did you?
Yeah, I said it in the chat.
Oh, okay, yeah, it comes speeding down the road and like almost hits this little girl.
Yeah.
It's clearly driving into the middle of the parade.
What do you mean almost hit? No, it ran over like everybody that was
Well,
standing
no,
there.
the video that you shared or that I seen anyway the only part you can see that it almost hit a little girl. Like it sped right past her. Little girl was jumping up and down in the street. Hey, parade! And then SUV comes right back, like behind her back, fucking hair in the wind and shit.
I don't think that was the video I sent.
Oh well, that's what I've
The
seen.
video I sent was him running over the crowd.
Oh, see, I haven't
He
seen
hit.
that.
He hit
So
everybody.
somebody ran over multiple people. Is what
4 people
getting
died.
at?
Oh,
Wow.
I thought
Yeah.
it was more than that.
It might have been more. I think more got injured, but I think I seen 4 people die.
8
This
people.
weekend?
I thought I've seen recently. It was like 8 people dead or something.
It might be more.
Well, I don't know. They wouldn't confirm exactly how many people died yet, or how many people were hospitalized. I think it was like 21 people or something like that had to go to the hospital. Kids and all types of shit. Like
Yeah,
was
he went
this
dead into the middle of the crowd.
When was it?
that. This occurred the
Right
other
over
day.
the weekend, yeah.
So over the weekend, yeah,
They have the person that did it?
They do.
they do. They have him in custody.
Black dude.
What happened?
He was
They don't know anything
fleeing
yet?
the scene or something.
They don't know like what the reason for it was.
Wow.
I mean,
No, he was on the run, or
Oh, he was on the run. Oh, okay.
fleeing the scene of something that happened.
That's wild.
Some criminal activity that happened elsewhere,
He
and I
doesn't
guess
know. He doesn't know that you drive faster without people on the hood of your car.
or underneath it. I don't know.
That's a
I don't
bad
know.
flee attempt.
That was wild.
I mean,
He must have been on
it would have
something.
been slick if he would like
It had to be on something. Yeah.
he should have like jumped
I
out
seen his photo. He
and
looked.
then tried to blend in.
Like he was
blend
gone.
in with the parade or something.
He never played GTA.
You ain't never seen a movie?
You got to get out of the car at some point.
Right? Yeah.
Put a hat on, and
Right.
nobody knows who you are anymore.
That's it. Flip your jacket inside out.
Sad to say, it was like some GTA shit. He just cleaned up a
Sounds
mall.
like it.
Yeah, he really just mauled through a bunch of crowd, a whole parade of people.
Real street
I mean, he
sweeper.
was driving fast.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Like I mean,
I
that
mean, it
shit
didn't look like he hit the brake not one time. He was just gone. That was terrible.
some crazy shit that goes on in the world. But yeah, I figured that was an interesting story. I wanted
Yeah, I didn't even hear about it. Not that much, at least.
to bring up.
What
Bring
else you
up.
got?
Man, just plug me up, bro. Stop fucking with y'all, man.
What you got?
I can do
We just,
that.
we just gotta do it. I think we just gotta do it one time. I don't know if you know this song. I don't know if you know this song, but it's a celebration time right now, man. I'm done being sad about these tragic situations happening and going on. We gotta celebrate these brothers out here, and we gotta let them know what the hell's going on. Am I plugged in?
You're plugged, or yeah, connected?
Make sure I'm connected, man. Fucked up my intro.
I'm the plug.
You the plug. There we go. Now we locking in. Stop playing around with a word.
High class.
You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
Huh?
Dog. Yeah.
You know what up?
Don't act like you don't
Dog.
this shit, Andrew. This that shit.
Zay, what's poppin'?
Yes, you do.
Sounds
Everybody know this
Zaytoven.
song, bro.
I don't know this song.
Come on, Weed.
Everybody know this song.
Got to.
Huh?
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop fucking
Yeah.
around with it. Hey, I don't fuck with these niggas cause they shady. These bitches, they just wanna have my baby. Born in the 80s, crack baby.
Mama, she was in the streets,
This
so
bitch is raising me the streets. Motherfucking right.
couldn't get it from my mama.
So I got it off the block. Been working my whole life and I've never punched a clock. 20 years old, I seen a nigga get shot. Damn.
Niggas put it on their mouth when they get jammed. Hey, pussy ass nigga,
Telling on his own fam. The same niggas that you break your neck for. Be the same niggas scratch you out and wet you up.
hoes should be chasing money,
But
but
you chasing bitches.
real bosses don't talk. We just
Sit back and listen.
stack that paper up.
And then make boss moves. She like to argue, so I sent that bitch to law school.
With your dog no matter what.
Preach.
That bitch decline, she love you.
She'll set you up, huh?
Out here in these streets, it ain't no such thing as love. The only thing I trust is
It's the pistol and these slugs.
real nigga shit.
Only one I choose to speak.
If the niggas don't work,
He a fucking leech.
bitch.
R.I.P. Young Dolph, man.
R.I.P. Dolph.
Had to do it for the one time.
Preach. That's a fucking legendary
It's a
track.
classic, hood classic.
Hood classic.
Hood classic, bro.
Guaranteed to turn you up.
Come on. You had to feel some of that, Weed. You had to feel some of that.
I felt joy because of the joy that y'all had.
You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. That's great.
You know what I'm
Song
saying?
didn't move me at all.
Come on, what? Nah, bro.
It's so
Nah,
many
bro. I gotta do this to you, damn. Just because that's how you feeling.
I'm good.
If this don't make you wanna go get some paper weave, I don't know what will.
Probably nothing.
Pay young nigga get paid.
Huh?
Get paid, young nigga get paid.
Uh-huh.
Get paid, young nigga.
Come on, weave.
You know, he's just not a Memphis
I know.
rapper.
I
hate it. I hate it so bad.
But yeah, shout out
Everything
to
I
Dolph,
see
man.
about Dolph seems like
R.I.P.
he was
Dolph.
a cool dude, but I do not like that.
Tragically killed in his own city, like we've seen many other rappers. This happened to him, to many other rappers. It's crazy. Crazy. Man was going to pick up some cookies for his mama, man.
I saw a video of him posting the cookie place.
Yeah, like the
Was
week
that-
before.
Was it, okay, I
It was
was
like a
gonna
week
say, was
before.
that like just recently? That's
Place that
super
he
random.
often go in his neighborhood.
Super random.
City of Memphis. Shit crazy.
Hey, I mean, heard there was a lot of rounds fired. Like,
Yeah.
pretty
I
much
seen
a shootout.
the weapons they had when they pulled up in them pictures. They weren't fucking playing.
Yeah.
Whoever it was, they was not playing.
Crazy. I mean, I can't say of course. I guess I can say I was surprised to an extent, but it's like I wasn't shocked. I guess because how I'm thinking how long can you kind of dodge death kind of thing,
So you mentioned this in the chat. Talk to me about Dolph like I'm a fourth grader. I don't know anything about Dolph. What is the history here? It sounds like he's got a lot of shootout situations.
Well, Dolph, as we in the past for a while now, he's had a pretty big beef with Yo Gotti
Yeah, him and Yo Gotti even beef.
and Black Youngster.
Yeah.
Had
Black
like
Youngster,
a pretty deal. Of course, they all from Memphis, so some hometown beef.
Yeah, it's all
Don't
on the
really know
street.
what the real issue was, but the issue turned into some shots being let off in a few situations. More and most
Between
importantly
those two
was probably the biggest situation was when Dolph was in Charlotte and his whip got shot up 100 bullets or some shit, so to speak.
But he's
Oh
been
my God, I heard about this on
Right.
Twitter. and I saw that the track.
You see the track list?
The track list. Now
That's the
I'm a
hardest shit
Dolph fan.
ever.
I'm a Dolph fan now.
That's the hardest shit ever,
Oh
bro.
yeah. I thought we didn't talk about that when it happened.
We might have. I
think
don't
we did.
remember.
I think we did talk about it when it happened.
It's
List
pretty much
is him
just keep
responding?
saying, everything he says. It's
Yeah.
like,
I thought I saved it. I think I might have it, bro. But that
When
shit
I
was
saw
crazy.
that on Twitter, I was like, "Oh, that's a hard ass way to respond."
it's just one of those things. Yeah, right. I mean, it's one of the things though. It's like, do you really want to like play with this? You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're flirting a little bit at
You're
that
flirting
point.
with it, and eventually it's gonna catch up to you. And I mean, it's sad that it happened to him like that. But it's like I said, you can't say it was like unexpected. Especially if somebody was trying to take his life previously, and it doesn't look like anything was resolved or came differently from that. So yeah, a lot of shit surrounding it though going down. You find that track list yet?
It's 100 shots in Charlotte, but I'm bulletproof.
Yeah.
So fuck them. That's how I feel. All of them. I'm so real. I pray for my enemies. I'm everything you want to be. SMH.
Yeah.
That shit is so hard,
That's the
yo.
10 tracks. That's hilarious.
But damn, man.
Well, you say it's like a run-on sentence. Bunch of statements that he was coming up with in the hospital when he was
Message
shot.
received.
You're right. Yeah.
Shit crazy.
For sure. But I mean, they say it's really going down in Memphis right now.
Yeah.
They say
Has
it's
been like 10 murders since?
Yeah. So like really, I don't know if like they're all necessarily related, but apparently
knows?
the majority of them are.
Gotcha.
And they arrested. They made some arrests.
Yeah.
They arrested 3 people.
They,
One of the dudes was apparently.
I see they arrested some people. They got the shooting at a wake or something. It's something that went down.
Jesus.
But it's just been chaos in Memphis. This is
Well,
bad time
they
for Memphis
recovered
right
the
now.
car that they were looking for, some like
did.
Mercedes or whatever. They found that, and apparently they found a body wherever they recovered the car from. They found a body at that house or in front of that house the next day.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
So
that.
yeah, it's just like
And apparently somebody,
going down.
a rapper, had shot a video in front of that house. And then they think that's something associated with it or something. There's a bunch of shit.
one of the
I say a
rappers,
bunch
or
of
one of
shit.
the guys who apparently was a shooter was in one of Dolph's videos or something like that.
I'm sure.
Before or something like I don't know.
I'm sure.
Definitely looks like
He was in Memphis. I'm sure he's been at a Dolph video shoot at one point.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
What do
This is
y'all
crazy.
think about the situation and like all the aftermath and stuff? This is I have a hard time. Like the older I get, the less I'm able to like see things as just like a joke. Like when it gets into like the really like taking shots at each other in bars and stuff, or even just like talking crazy on a record.
Right.
Like younger me, like it's great entertainment. The more intense those situations are, and like the more tense the beef is, the way more entertaining it is. So like we're drawn to that, but I can't hear that anymore and not like think about the real consequences that do come.
There's certain
sometimes.
ones that really come from that.
Yeah, so what do you think about that? That's why I have such a hard time with some of the artists that are like so heavy on the street stuff.
Yeah.
I understand that it's from their perspective and that's what they know, but I also can't help but feel like the way it's presented does encourage more of
Right.
it.
I know where you're a person that loves a rapper that lives their raps. But I've felt more like you, like talk about some shit from your past, some shit that you've seen, your perspective. But if you're a rapper and you got a little bit of fame, a little bit of notoriety out here making some money, you should not be doing that shit that you talking about in your raps in real life, especially not at the same time.
Yeah, unless you're
You're going to get caught up.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
right.
going to happen.
It's not smart.
Right.
Nobody says it's smart to do.
Of course, it's not.
But it is some level of like, I don't know.
It's the same. It's the
Respect, I
same
guess,
as
you
if
can
you
get
came from it and actually did it, but not doing no more. It's the same level of
Yeah,
real.
for sure. I mean, that's,
You ain't got to be actively
And that's-
in the streets while you are
that's
a
the
famous
majority
rapper.
of rappers. Let's be real. It's
Right.
not the majority of
Which is
rappers.
how it should
that's what
be.
It is. It's really only a handful of guys that is actually still doing it. And if they are, you normally see them pay the consequences. Either it's going to be jail time or worse. You're going to see them dead. Yeah. So I mean, we've seen that. It's
Can't
an
do
ongoing
both.
story. We keep seeing that same thing over and over again. But I mean, I know Dolph was like heavily involved in the streets and stuff like that. But I don't know.
I think he was. I'm not sure if he was still in recent years doing it.
I mean, it don't seem like none of the beefs that he's had has like quieted down. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, beefs is different than him actually still doing what he did.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if he putting. I don't know if he putting in work. He don't have to do all
No,
that
he's making
stuff.
a lot of money
But is
being
he
a rapper.
involved with people who are? Probably so. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But it's just like overall, I think it's a sad story. I think the shit with Soulja Boy, I'm kind of confused about.
It's like a bad timing thing.
He dropped
Him and Key Glock was having a bunch of back and forth a little bit about some
Before
stupid
it
shit.
happened, right?
Yeah, it was like a week or so before.
Yeah, because he was on the Breakfast Club and he told Dolph and them, he was like,
Yeah,
go
that
see about
John I
them.
sent y'all when he was popping shit, he was talking about them.
Well, I watched the whole joke because I thought it was a hilarious
not
interview.
being independent for real.
Right. He was talking about
Like,
Dolph and Key
The
Glock.
basis of it.
Yeah, and then he was telling like, you know, if it's smoke, then it's up or whatever. Go see about them dudes who shot at you 100 times.
Yeah.
But we coming at Big Draco or whatever. And then of course, like, you know, what is it? Next week.
Then
or
literally
something,
the next week he gets killed.
he ends up dead. And the same day, Soulja Boy drops
Shot
a
the
song
song.
called "Stretch Something."
Yeah.
So that's
Slump
when people-
Something, Stretch Something.
I
something like
didn't
that.
know about that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not sure if he was like using the moment as leverage or if he was.
He tried to say this song been out with his own streaming platforms now, but it's like, dog.
It's kind of easy to
the
believe.
timing, dog.
It's kind of easy to believe that this is the reason why you dropped it,
When
and that's
you've been
super
a-
insensitive. I mean, at that point, it's like, do you really want to get yourself involved in some kind of beef like this?
Yeah, that you ain't got nothing to do with.
Now, I mean, I get it. You are who you are, whatever, and you'll do whatever you say you're gonna do. But why would you want just random people that you don't even know walking up to you and having an issue with you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
these
Plus,
motherfuckers from bumfuck nowhere is just gonna now have a problem with you based on
Because you disrespect
what you
Dolph.
did. You know what I'm saying?
Plus,
You don't
there's a
want that.
difference between starting beef with a random person and starting beef with a random person that just lost a homie.
Right.
The level of
Right.
I don't give a fuck on my retaliation is going to be so much differently
Yeah.
than somebody else that has something to lose
Right.
and is just doing
Right.
their regular life.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to mess with somebody that just lost their guy.
Yeah. You
Not
gotta leave that
smart
alone.
play.
You gotta
Not
fall
smart
back.
play.
Yeah, I
But he was
thought
dropping,
that
I think he
crazy.
dropped the album. So, you know,
did not
Soulja
know
Boy going
about the
Soulja
song.
Boy.
He dropped an album.
Yeah, I think he dropped the album this past Friday, I think.
I will never
It might be
listen to
coming
that. I fuck with Soulja Boy's personality and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
All that
it's
stuff
not
he
that
does
great, but-
outside of it, but I will never listen to his music. Not an album. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, well, I think from what you were saying, I don't like all the nastiness, the killing, and the people putting pieces together, trying to put the storylines and shit together. I don't like all that shit. I like all the positive shit they was talking about Dolph though. All the properties and said they said he had him being independent and all the shit he was doing for Memphis. Like I think literally that the day he got killed, he was doing a turkey drive that evening.
Yeah,
Which is
and they
crazy.
They still his artists are still putting on the turkey.
Yeah, they still
drive
did the
and stuff.
turkey
That's
drive.
cool.
So they're still doing that for him. And I'm sure it's going to be a lot of like foundations and it's going to bring a lot of people together ultimately. But I mean, what you think going to happen? Heads going to roll. You feel me? When shit like that happen, especially when this dude was feeding a lot of people in Memphis.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's going to come back around the other way. You know, like, people know what happened or who did what. So, you know, that's just kind of expected. But and plus, apparently, I guess Memphis is kind of small anyway.
Yeah.
It's like a small big city or something.
Yeah, you would yeah.
So you
One of
know,
them type of cities.
yeah, it's,
Everybody know everybody.
right,
in a
right.
sense.
The word get around pretty quick, and apparently everybody down there in the streets is about it like that. So. You know, this is nothing new for them. You know, it's like a mini
dangerous
Chicago
place.
or something.
I heard they hired
Describe it.
the detective that be on First 48 because you know Memphis is on First 48 a lot.
Oh,
So
really?
the detective to be on that show actually took over his case or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, hopefully they get them. Hopefully they get the people.
yeah, it's crazy though.
Yeah.
Crazy. RP Dolph
Yeah,
for
man.
sure.
Yeah, I like that preach you played, bro. That
Yeah,
really-
bro. Had to get you know what I'm saying. I knew
that
you.
was-
I knew you were probably.
They should
feeling
put
it.
that at his funeral, though.
That was a very
I'm sure
good
they
way
will.
to introduce the
They should
topic.
play that at his funeral
Yeah.
for sure.
I had to
Slow
give it up
music.
one time.
Play that straight shit
Oh yeah, you know they're gonna be playing Dolph the whole
all
time.
the fucking day.
The whole time.
Yeah, for sure.
Non-stop.
for sure.
But yeah, man.
Well, luckily we were able to avoid any violence in the Drake and Kanye beef.
Oh, right. That's
Yeah.
a fact. I don't think any violence.
Thanks to
will
Jay
come.
Prince.
Negative.
Thanks to Jay Prince, it probably would have got physical.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't honestly looked into much about like any of what's happened. I saw a quick little clip of Kanye reading the thing with a gun to his head, and I saw the pictures of them like hanging out together. See, they're doing a benefit concert. I'm all for it. I think it's cool, but I don't know. Is there more to it than that?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, at the end of the day, it was kind of getting old. They've been beefing for a couple of years now. We don't really know what the real root of it is. I mean, we've heard a few things that happened. Of course, the Pusha T shit and all that, da. But at this point, it's like, man, y'all too fucking big of artists to continue to beef over nothing, really. Because it's really over nothing. Who's the bigger artist? Whose album gonna sell the most? Like, yeah, both your albums did well.
Right.
And nobody's gonna sell more than Drake. Sorry, you're not gonna win that battle.
Right.
It is what it is. I think it's just still charged right now. It's been like 6-7-8 weeks.
Yeah, sure.
What are we talking about?
It's like, hey, just let it go, man. Make some music.
I don't like to be the unbased with no basis conspiracy guy, but
Well,
any chance this was a plan the whole time? Let's get our albums out.
I'm sure they've been talking for
reconvene in
months.
December.
I'm sure they've been talking for months about doing something.
It seemed a
reconciling.
little too easy. It
Right.
seemed too easy that they both got so much benefit from their rollouts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither one of them really went crazy on
Right.
what they were doing.
Right.
And then to so quickly after have it all come together. I don't care. I don't care if that
Not
was
to
the
mention
plan.
on the rap side, it wasn't a good beef on wax either. Like it just wasn't good. Like we didn't get good diss tracks or nothing. Just a few subliminals or whatever, and that was it.
Just a month worth of great rollout material to talk about.
Pretty much.
That's it.
Pretty much.
He say, she say shit. Like,
Yeah.
or, I mean, we never really heard it from, I guess we heard that one diss from Kanye, but we never really heard it from like the horse's mouth, as people say. Like, right? I mean, it was, I feel like it was just a bunch of noise surrounding
Kanye spoke
the
a lot
two.
about Drake.
I don't know. I don't really remember hearing a bunch about it. I know he like kind of had a couple clips on social media and stuff, but like I mean, I don't remember hearing like any like super direct shots fired back and forth between the two.
They were subliminal about
Yeah, it was
a lot. Yeah.
Well, Kanye did say his name in that Under 3 Stack song, I think.
Right, well, it was unreleased, and
Yeah.
Drake is the one who played it. So
Right.
it's like the only reason he don't.
Which is
really-
a
well,
move
we know-
by- which is
and
a
how
move
do
by
you
Drake.
even- right? How do you even get this? Like it just all seems.
They were really two bridezillas trying to mess up each other's wedding.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
No, my wedding's gonna be better. I'm gonna play the song that you're
It's
walking
not
down the
even
aisle
beef.
to.
It's like some petty like big brother, little brother type shit. You know what I'm
Kanye
saying?
called it professional rap. This is professional rap games who he's playing.
That's what they call it.
Professional rap games. Like, all right.
That concert's gonna be crazy though. I'm
sure it is.
Streaming somewhere.
I'm sure it is.
I don't know.
I hope.
I probably could find it.
I would like to see it. Honestly, I would.
I would. Facts.
I mean, I think everybody's going to tune in.
They're
to
gonna be
that.
looking,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
No. But I mean, they got to make some songs together.
That would be cool too.
Yeah.
If it would be really cool.
We need
honestly,
a
long
Kanye
term,
produced Drake album.
if they really squash this and like start working together and stuff, that would be everybody.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
fire.
that's-
We know that music's gonna be
Right. This is what music should have already been
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
we missed out.
y'all
on
could have changed music 10 years ago if this would have happened.
I mean, he did a couple of joints. Hey, hey, hey. Kanye produced that.
Yeah, but I'm saying like,
And they had that Glow record on Kanye's album.
Yeah, they need a full project though.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
They need to do some more
They need
shit.
a full project.
Hey, I might go back and listen to Certified Lover Boy.
Oh, now that
Now the beef
now that we're cool.
I think it's a great album.
Nah, I mean, I will probably. I am curious just to hear it. I don't throw on Drake regularly anyway. But
decent.
I'd
That's
like
decent.
to check it out.
That's good.
I said, if you like Nothing Was the Same or whatever it was, then
I
you'll
like
this.
some of.
I think Kanye's
I
got
think
more
that's one of the best
playback
Drake's best
for me
albums.
than Drake's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I definitely still play Kanye records.
Oh,
Down
you
the
think
way.
he's got more play?
Yeah. I
That's-
still hate I'm Too Sexy.
I do too. I hear
It's
that.
not a good
I hear that on the
song.
radio when I was
But
like,
it's a
yo,
real-
this
but
is
You would think it would grow on you
You know
after a
what
while. I
they
still
made it
hate it every time I hear it.
You know what they made it for? Yeah, I mean, I don't like it. I don't like that song. And I don't like. I really don't like Knife Talk either. That's what.
I liked it when they performed it.
I mean,
Who
it's
is that
probably
one?
good like that.
Well, actually, I think it was just Drake
Project
performed
Pat
it.
one and 21 Savage.
Yeah, 21 and Project Pat.
Drake says it's feeling real oppy outside.
When he came out of that Travis joint performing that shit looked hype as fuck.
What the fuck is he saying when he said that?
That shit rang off in Houston.
It's real oppy outside. Drake, you take that shit. Take that shit back.
Yeah, that's not a good.
Happy outside.
Not a good bar there, my friend.
I did not like that at all.
Yeah.
That shit was like, no. He said the weatherman said something about it feeling real oppy outside. No, bro, that's not, that ain't it.
That's pretty bad.
Can't hit on that.
That ain't
That's
it.
pretty bad.
Let's take that off of Knife Talk. You should just. If it's one song Drake shouldn't have been on his own album, is that one. Just get that one away.
Give it away.
Just get that to 21. Like, here, I got something cool for you. But other than that, I thought it was a really good project.
I'll get back to you. Get back to you guys on that.
Well, speaking of concerts, we ain't talk about that Kendrick. Kung Fu Kenny, man.
Vegas, kind of like 2 weeks ago now. We missed talking about it last week. We had it
Yeah.
on the list and everything.
Vegas. Day and
Did
night
you
festival.
watch? You've seen just clips and stuff, or you watched like a full?
Yeah, fucking
performance?
Elliot posted the whole fucking concert. It's like he posted every song he did.
Elliot stays posting.
So I seen all that shit, but yeah, it looked fire. It looked fire. The fit was fire to me.
The Jesus
The
outfit.
fit was fire.
What's up with that?
I think it was an homage to Boosie Collins or something like that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Who?
Boosie Collins? You know who Boosie Collins is?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know like great details, but I mean, he was like that '70s music. He was featured all over the Silk Sonic. He's the one
Okay.
talking and stuff.
Yeah.
If you listen to that,
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna let you do your own research on who Boosie Collins is. He's kind of a legend out here.
I mean, give me
Definitely a
some.
legend in the West Coast.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah,
that probably
maybe.
is the disconnect there.
Maybe.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of clips and stuff from it. And to me, he's a great performer. The way he was performing
Yeah.
and stuff, like the whole place is going absolutely nuts. And
Yeah.
from what I saw, it was that next level crowd going nuts. Anytime you go to a concert, you expect they're going to be hype and stuff. But
Yeah.
I thought Kendrick really showed like he had some legitimate performance skills. But the post that I saw early that really made me like start paying super attention to it was Elliot sharing all of the Section 80 songs that he was doing.
Yeah, he went through his whole catalog.
Yeah, I saw the track list. He did it like in 4 parts.
Yeah.
And did all
Each
4
album.
of the albums. I guess like maybe 6 or 7 songs. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. That's a little bit.
He arguably has 4 classics, possibly just 3 classic albums, which
Yeah, I
is
mean,
crazy.
For me personally, I think 3, but
Yeah, 3. I know
That's my
people
personal
on the fence about the Pimp a Butterfly, but it was some records on that joint.
right. But I think the whole going through all the album stuff is a cool idea for him because of how long he goes away.
Right.
Like you wouldn't want. I don't think
Right,
that would be like the game plan of somebody that's touring regularly. We're not going to keep throwing out these old songs from 10 years ago on my first album. Not like a full track list of it.
Oh yeah, right.
You
right.
might hit 1 or 2
I mean,
big records.
Right. Not all of them are not going to make your playlist.
Right.
For
I
your
mean,
show.
I think most people do that on their tours.
You think they're giving you
They take you
6
back,
songs
they bring
from
you
the
over, they-
original album?
No, they're going to give you a lot of the.
They'll give you probably more of the earlier hits.
Right, that's
right.
it. The highlights.
Depending on your artist, dog, like of course, like a Drake, he has a lot of them, so
Right.
he can take you all the way back to 06.
Drake can do whatever he wants. It
You know
don't
what I'm
matter
saying?
because he got so many
Yeah.
over a decade span. He
But
got, you know,
yeah, I heard a
5
lot of
hits
things
every
about
year.
Drake shit. He plays. It's like you be blown away by how many records he got. You forget most of his hits.
Yeah,
The way
I
he
can
perform
imagine.
in
'Cause
the
at this
shit.
point, it's over 10 years.
Yeah.
It's,
Just all 15.
yeah.
Just
yeah,
about-
And that's
crazy.
that's what
That is
kind of
crazy.
I don't know. That's what takes the concerts to the next level, though. Is when they do. But I mean, of course, you don't. You only have, most artists only have but so many
Right.
of those. You know that the ones that every single one in the world knows, no matter if you came to see this person or not.
Right.
You know this song.
Right.
So it's not I guess you can only do it a couple of times, so you're only gonna mix like maybe like 2 or 3 of those older songs into your new set, probably.
Right.
Depending on how long your set is. So
Yeah.
maybe like one song per like previous album,
Right.
something like that.
But yeah, she was live, bro.
Did you see any of the clips?
I just saw the one where kind of where he's just running out like baby Jesus.
He did.
He did.
He did.
He's tiny, man.
He is. Yeah,
He is
Isn't
little.
he like
He is
5'5"
little.
or something?
Yeah,
like
he's
that?
very
For
little,
real?
very little dude.
But that's dope. I like what
Talk
you
a lot
said
of
about,
shit though.
Performance, because I mean that really is a skill. I think people don't like talk about that enough when it
I talk
comes
about
to
that
rap.
all the time, bro. The performance is one of the best parts of rap.
Well, I mean, I know.
Definitely had
You
a
said
discussion
something
surrounding
along
that. I can't remember
But
exactly what it was.
That it is. It's part of the skill.
It's-
It's really recording artists, and then there's like performing artists, and then there's people who can do both.
Yeah.
I've never thought
But
about
you'll grow.
Some
You'll
people
grow.
can't really record.
You'll
as well.
grow a different love once you see an artist that you like in person in a performance.
If
To
they're
see how they
good.
perform their especially
Yeah.
how they
No,
good at
it's,
it. But
it's artists that you
it just
can love,
changes
bro.
it.
It can go the
That
opposite
are
way.
recording artists.
Yeah.
Like it's just sonically it's not gonna be the same, and like they don't have like the energy necessarily.
And those
to-
are the guys that just play the song and say the ad libs.
Have y'all,
and walk around stage.
Yeah,
Have
had the
y'all-
crowd singing their song.
have y'all seen anybody you like that wasn't a good performer?
I haven't seen them.
I haven't seen that many, but the people I've seen was really good before. I seen 2 Chainz and T.I. in the concert, and 2 Chainz puts on a crazy show,
I
and
would
T.I.
imagine.
is a fucking, he be all over the place.
I can see that,
That
too.
motherfucker be moving when he be performing. And I seen Ty Dolla $ign, I told you about Ty Dolla $ign, Crit, and Sci-Hi, and all 3 of them got busy.
That's legit.
All 3 of them got busy.
That's
No,
wild.
they ain't playing, ain't none of them
Yeah.
playing no songs. They all rapping and singing every word.
That's legit.
That shit was fire.
I've seen a few that it was like rock concerts that once you see somebody not perform well, at least for me, it fucked up like
Yeah.
my perspective on it. I
heard,
it wasn't like I
Future is like
didn't
that.
want to listen to him at all anymore, but I was like, I just had a bad taste in my mouth at that point.
right.
It was like, that's not really who they are.
You think how talented are you?
Right.
How much is your producer just making
Right,
it
right.
sound
It's probably
amazing?
even worse with a rock. If you're a rock band, like you should be able to get your shit off when you performing.
it should be damn near the same.
I
Right,
think so.
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It should be damn near the same. That's
Exactly.
how I think about it.
I think
Yeah.
so too. Yeah.
There's no way. Are you growling? You can't do that on stage.
But you could just tell when you see some, like I think Ty Dolla $ign had like a drummer and shit with him
I'm sure.
and shit. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. He went
Plus,
in.
he wasn't drumming while he was singing.
And that motherfucker could sing his ass off too. Like he,
For sure.
he was just getting them vocals off with ease.
Yeah, I mean that's one aspect I feel like Kodak needs to improve.
Right.
Is his performance. I don't think it's bad because he got a lot of hits, so it helps him a lot.
Yeah.
But I feel like ultimately he could be a lot cleaner, a lot better. He's just, like I said, one of them. He needs to bring more energy to his performances
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I think he needs to improve on that a lot before he becomes like an elite type artist.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah.
You know who actually I probably shouldn't. I mean, it's not like we're in the industry and I'm gonna have to face somebody here. Fab was
You
terrible.
never know.
Fab was.
I heard Fab is
was
a bad
terrible
performer.
performance.
Yeah, I mean, you can imagine that.
I have heard that.
It was exactly
Think
what
about
you
it's
expect.
exactly how his music
Yeah.
He
was.
stood there,
It's pretty laid
and was
back.
like chilling.
Right.
It was Fab and Pusha T, and Pusha T is not like up there being wild all over the stage or nothing,
But he's
but
pretty animated.
the
right?
energy,
Yeah.
you could just feel it, and
Right,
he was
right.
rocking that place. Fab was like, I mean, these songs are dope. We had a good time, but it was him up there,
That laid
little
back
rapper
voice.
hand. Little
Right.
rapper hand was all you were getting.
Walking around
I
the
guess
stage
it's
and
just
shit.
even then, like,
Nodding his
because
head.
I watched some of Jay-Z's performances, and this is like he don't move around or do a bunch of moving around and shit, but the way he controls the crowd with his
That's it.
voice,
You're an MC.
it's
The
a different
presence.
thing. Like
Right,
you're
you're
gonna
an
listen
MC.
to every word he's saying because how he's rapping. So it's just like you ain't gotta do too much if you can get that shit off.
It's some people that stop the show and just
Yeah.
like reel you back in for a second. They might say something like impactful, real meaningful or something, or point somebody out in the crowd or something
And then
like
it
that.
immediately
like
goes into
connect
the
you,
next
and it
song.
goes to the next song.
Something gets
It's
me-
all
something
about
gets
how
me
you
when the-
set that shit up. You know what I'm
Something
saying?
gets me
Like,
whenever the rapper just start rapping they shit a cappella.
Yeah,
Before the beat
right,
drop, I was
right,
like, oh, he
right.
about to go crazy.
Right.
I think
You
like
about
I
to
said,
go
it's a
crazy.
skill in itself, and I like that's why I think that's one thing that may be like kind of a little bit lost with like these younger artists and
Definitely.
stuff, because like they can do so much in the studio nowadays to like with effects and
Yep.
all of this shit, but it's like yo, that shit got to translate.
Shit, people have the effect on their
to the
mic while they
stage.
performing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you also gotta you gotta morph like whatever
think that's a
energy you had when you was recording this song, you need to have when you on stage with it as well too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got to be similar. I don't know.
Do you
Rap-
think that's
rap
a
your
problem right
songs.
now, though? All the younger guys are the ones that I think of as being good performers. Not all of them, but you know what I'm saying. Like the ones that I see, they seem to be more frequently have the energy necessary. Is there anybody that you have in mind?
I just think of a few. I not necessarily off the top. Maybe like I just think they could be better. I'm not saying that they're bad at it.
Right.
I just think they could be better.
I mean, most of them just play that song and just
it's
rap over
so
their own
many
voice.
of them that they're playing this. I'm gonna bring all my friends out here on stage with me, and we're gonna sit around. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how they perform songs.
That's trash off the top if you still doing that.
Right, but
You should
that's
not
how-
have a bunch of
that's what
people
they
on the
do. You know what I'm saying?
that's
well,
trash.
imagine a Pooh Shiesty concert. What do you think's gonna happen?
I mean,
It's gonna be a bunch of niggas on stage. You know what I'm saying?
in that reference, Pushazi's probably doing a lot of clubs, so it's going to be a lot of people around regardless.
Right, for sure.
So,
for sure.
but if you go on the stage in an arena or a theater or something, you shouldn't have all your guys on the stage with you.
You should not, but you gotta think about who we're talking about.
I'm saying in the club, yeah, you want your mob around you in the club. You never know what could happen. Obviously, from Pushazi's situation. So, but you know,
I guess, yeah, you're right.
What else we got music related?
what else
Anything
just out?
new?
Some hot shit dropped this week. That French Montana
You fuck with it.
is solid, bro. It's a solid
I
album.
listened to a couple tracks.
It's a solid
I'm gonna
album.
go and listen to it more. I've already said it to both of y'all, but that Pop Smoke Lil Durk song I loved. It was,
Yeah.
I think it might have been the only one I listened to, but
That shit is definitely
it
hard.
reeled me in. I'll listen to some more based off of that.
That joint with I think it's John Legend and Rick Ross.
I mean, it
That
sounds
shit is hard.
that sounds like a win.
It's hard
I listened to a
body.
little bit of that one. That one's a good one. I know the
course.
one with Doja. I didn't listen to the one with Doja Cat and Saweetie, but that one's going up. It's going doing some numbers. Of course, because of that. But you got some decent little features on there. You know,
I usually
check out
like a
more.
couple songs off a French album.
Yeah, I'm just
almost
not a
every
huge French
every
fan.
album. There's usually like two
Yeah.
songs that I grab.
Yeah, he was kind of getting busy on this joint.
He gonna
Not
drop
like-
a hit. That's what French gonna do.
Yeah, I mean he got some hits on here,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just solid. You should check it out. A lot of good features and all that too. Oh, that Freddie Gibbs and Jada joint,
You like that?
I didn't know
Boy.
that drop.
Black Illuminati.
Okay.
They was getting busy. They was getting busy.
I didn't listen to much the last couple of days, so I don't have any comments on it. But that one and the Benny and Moray
Benny and
were
Moray.
the two that I was most
What'd you
the
think of that?
singles I was most interested in hearing. Moray like rapped on that.
He killed it.
He was rapping the whole time, so
Yeah.
it was good. The first listen, it didn't catch me the same way some of his other songs have.
Yeah,
Right.
But I was like,
What's he
yo,
using
I didn't
his
even
voice?
know he could do this.
I thought he was going off rapping though.
Yeah,
he was
he
going
was.
crazy.
He was.
He
It was
was
impressive
going-
to see
Benny
something.
snapped too.
Of course.
Benny snapped on that shit. I think we about
I
to see.
wasn't expecting that from
Speaking
Moray.
of Benny, we ain't talk about him signing with Def Jam because of Snoop or whatever. But I think we about to see Benny propelled to another level. I
think so,
I
too.
can see some type of some,
already
some new
has,
shit.
but
Yeah, he
I
has.
think
I can
he's
see him
going as well.
I can see him having some hits coming,
I
like
think
some
so,
real
too.
serious shit coming.
He's the one, I mean, we've said that before, but he was the one Griselda guy that had crossover ability. And not like he's like doing pop music, but
Yeah.
his flow and stuff can be put on a regular
translate,
song
right.
where Conway and Westside almost exclusively do that dungeon
Right.
sound and beats.
I think Conway could do that too, though. Conway has shown me a lot on different tracks and different features that he can expand a little bit.
Well, so it's got to be somebody's
this-
turn first when it comes to this shit like that. Sometimes where, like maybe Benny just kick the door open,
Yeah.
and make it
Oh
like,
yeah.
like more like I don't know, get people used to it, like that sound or whatever, and then the rest of them can kind of follow through and build something off of that.
That's
So
how I
sometimes
started
think
listening
that'll
to the other two.
work. right.
Benny is the guy that I started listening
Right,
to,
right,
and
right.
Conway
You
grew
funnel
on
in through that shit, like yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because it's abrasive at first.
Right.
Like it's
right.
not the normal sound, so I can see it being something you got to grow into a little bit.
But yeah, forgot what we was talking about.
We were talking about Benny and stuff.
Oh, yeah, Benny.
They put it out as a single a couple of weeks ago. The one that was on this Snoop Dogg Presents album.
Yeah.
Did you listen to this?
Yeah.
That album?
Yeah, I listened to the album. It's pretty good.
Yeah, there's a couple of songs somebody sent to me that
You probably like that joint with
one.
Blast.
I did. I like that one quite a bit.
Yeah.
And the one with Benny, Jadakiss, and Busta.
Yeah, they snap.
They really did, and that's not. I thought that was kind of it's a weird song, but I like it. I like it quite a bit.
Shit hard.
Old Snoop, I know you ain't turning that shit on.
Gotta start respecting these OGs, but these OGs still putting out fire, man.
I mean, I listen to a song every now and then if he put out a single or something. Is that the one? Didn't he have one with Ice Cube?
Yeah, just a couple weeks you played us that shit with the Ice Cube.
Yeah, I shared that.
E40. What's it called?
Big Subwoofer.
West Rushmore or something like that?
Yeah, something like
That
that.
shit was E40
Big
is
Subwoofer
hilarious. That's
in
what
the
I was
back.
like, yo, this thing is funny as fuck.
and Too
when he
Short.
raps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do without Too Short.
Yeah, they put too many
But
guys on
grew
there
up
that I
on Too
don't
Short,
like.
Man, my dad loves that.
Another
shit.
West Coast legend, man.
He's whatever legend. He's just terrible at rapping.
He's the
People
worst.
can say like both things could be true about Too Short. Like, yes, he's a legend.
Oh, he's not
but
one of the
a
greatest
bad
rappers.
rapper.
But he's
a
like
terrible rapper.
But he's like one of those rappers that's about his shit talk, the shit that he talk.
No.
Not about how he raps though.
It's
You know what
just
I'm saying?
because he's telling the truth about his pimp lifestyle. Like, okay,
Right.
he's just putting us on game, but none of it is like actually good. Like, it's not good. It's something.
Come on, you like blow your whistle.
Bro, I'm just saying the raps are whack.
Let's
They're
fuck with
literally
you, bro.
like terrible.
I get it, I know, bro. We know.
They're like,
we know.
so he doesn't rhyme.
Nobody's putting
times.
Too Short up as one of the greatest rappers of all time.
It's
It's
terrible flow.
But he's a legend in his own right.
Not a great rapper voice. I don't know what
You like to
people
use that term a lot. He's a legend in his own right.
He is.
It's a nice way to say somebody likes him. I fucking don't.
Yeah.
He is, but
They love him. They love him in Oakland. They love him in
besides
Oakland.
like the mentality, he's given nothing. Like he's contributed nothing to hip hop for growth.
No, that's not true.
That's
Man,
what I'm
you're not gonna
saying.
do
It's
that.
literally
You're not gonna do that. You're taking it too far.
Nothing
so
for growth.
wild,
Except for
You're
the
taking it
mentality.
too far.
He's hilarious.
Nobody listens to Too Short and said, I want to rap like that. No, nobody has ever said that. Like,
I'm not
listen to
gonna
Too Short,
argue
like,
with
oh, that's why my next rap gonna be. Just like when you
not
born in
true.
the 1950s, motherfucker, like, this is not groundbreaking. This is not, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is primitive rap. But like, even worse.
You got all your shit. You want to get out on Too Short?
Sounded like he ran out of stuff at the end.
What like shit? God, dog. So respect the Too Short, bro.
I'm just saying,
We're
bro.
always dissing the OGs, bro.
I'm not dissing him. That's just being a fact. He's not good at rapping.
That's that you gonna tell me Snoop can't rap.
Eazy-E was not good at rapping at all either, but he's 10 times a better rapper than Too Short was, and that's the truth.
All right.
I agree with that.
Moving on.
Neither one of them are good.
I didn't have anything else new music wise that I listened to. I don't know if you guys did.
New K Flock and G Herbo. Shit hard. Let me hit y'all.
Check that out.
I don't know who K Flock is.
I think I play it because it come on so hard.
I know exactly how G Herbo gonna rap on this.
Don't do that, bro.
Offbeat.
Don't do that, bro.
Me, I'm up in the booth. Said I'm lying, they show me the proof. My back put a 6 in the deuce. Shit like who I keep your bitch that's juice. And you can't walk a mile on my shoes. You ain't throwing no shots as I do. You ain't talking the Glock like I do. You definitely throwing that Glock like I do. Lately I've been feeling alone.
Hey.
I'm clutching my comb. Paying my mama, I'm gonna make it home.
Hey.
It's cause I ain't to my
Come on, y'all know that shit hard a little bit.
I like it.
I'll be all right if
Shit
I
gotta make you
remember
bob your
hearing
head a little bit.
Yeah, I
That
don't
was
know
dope.
exactly how G Herbo coming in on that.
Yeah, he snapped though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's probably a good beat for him.
Yeah.
Good song for him.
Yeah.
I can hear that.
I'm good on that one.
No.
All right, so I saw this shit a couple days ago
What we got?
about Adele and Spotify,
Yeah.
and she had tweeted, or she had asked them something about she wanted them to take the shuffle button off of the album.
Right.
And then they did it apparently.
Well-
She said this was the only request. I had This is the only request I had in our ever-changing industry. We don't create albums with so much care and thought into our track listing for no reason. Our art tells a story, and our story should be listened to as intended. Thank you, Spotify, for listening.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this is like you got to be subscribed to Spotify. Now, I don't have a subscription with Spotify. But one of the reasons why I don't listen to Spotify, because you'll play a song and it automatically puts you in a shuffle. I do not fuck with that. I don't know why it does that, but I feel like every time I play something,
that's for not being subscribed.
It's not subscribed.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I figured that was.
Yeah, that's the subscription is so that you can play and whatever.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
that's the catch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. But that's one reason why I don't
You
fuck
can
with
listen to whatever you want, whenever you want.
that. Right.
Shit.
I get it.
I didn't want to
I'm
make
title all the way. We'll get to title soon.
Yes, we got new title news. I didn't think this was like a massive thing that was like we should throw a fit about, but I think that's the best way to listen to an album for the first time.
Right.
Like on first listen through it in order.
Right.
Just because some artists do put that track list, a specific order for a reason. I do think that's the best way to do it. But
After that,
having an artist try to tell me, take that off, you need to listen to it in the order that I wanted you to present it to. It's a
you
little
lost your
pretentious.
mind?
It's a little pretentious.
I'm gonna make a playlist.
Is it?
Self-important.
If you like,
It is.
think of this from the artist perspective, and you're an artist like Adele, which tracklist probably means a lot to her, how she sequences the songs on the album. I could see you really like, no, don't shuffle my album. Like, I want you to listen to it how I put it together. You can create your own playlist and put the songs in the order that you want
that's
to put them.
completely different though, because it's like, okay, I'm pulling up your album on this platform. I'm not shuffling the order of the songs like how they're listed here, or I'm literally just hitting a button and it's playing songs within your album that I possibly want to hear first. Like, I don't get why people make it their own when they get it. Like, it's no longer yours at that point. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that's a good point.
what are we talking about? I guess I think that's one of the more, like, I didn't hear that. I didn't see when you said it earlier, but to me it just sounds like super selfish to me from like the artist standpoint. To you gotta listen to it this way. Like, who the fuck are you? I mean, I get that you made it like this, but at the same time, like, this is how I wanted to listen to it, or how I perceive it, or like you know what I'm saying? Like the order that, why does any of that matters how you wanted to put it out there? Like, now people are listening to it. That's the point that should get across.
You created it. You want it to be displayed in the way that you created
it's
it.
music though. It's not. You didn't create a car and say like, oh, this is. It's not like the Tesla to say like, oh, you can't add extra features and parts, or it's not a fucking iPhone to say that, oh, you can't use this with that. This is the only way that's going to function. Like, no, it's going to work just fine. Or this song doesn't change for me if I listen to it out of order than what you put it into. Like, it's the song affects me the way it affects me, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying.
I think it all depends on the artist, though.
I understand. Like, I understand the artist's perspective of wanting it listen that way.
Right.
And I get if you've put effort and you have a particular reason behind it. Like, all of that makes sense. To like not have that as an option, I just think is kind of wild. And I think kind of along the lines of what you're talking about with art, it's just like once you create art, in my opinion at least, like as the artist, you're creating the art to express yourself.
Right.
And then when other people, specifically with music, the other people, or even if it's like a painting or something,
Right.
the people that are,
you interpret it the way you want.
yeah, it's like up to interpretation. And what does that art mean to me?
Right, exactly.
So I think once you put it out, like you kind of got to let it go. I understand it's your baby, but
And the same thing when
It
you're
is what
using
it
like
is.
a piece of art, you're not going to take a piece of art and start painting over it.
no, but nobody's
You know what I'm saying?
nobody's chopping the songs. And
Right, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Ultimately, it's like,
But I
I'm
guess
just hitting the button.
But
man.
I guess she's meaning like the sequence of the song is a part of the art.
So what?
The way the track list, the way she put the track list together is a part of it.
Somebody sampling her shit then and fucking it all up.
I don't think that relates.
Yeah, I don't either. Not
I'm
exactly.
just saying. Oh, that's not what I intended. That's not what I intended for my music to be.
She could just not clear it.
But she may have the same
Simple.
sense.
Just
Yeah.
not clear it. If
that's
she don't
her
like
stance,
it.
Right, well, that's what I'm just saying. Like,
If that's her
That's-
stance and she
that's-
doesn't want
that's-
anybody else to sample it, then I don't mind
I'm
that.
saying you sound like you're selfish to me.
That's a
Like,
different
you don't
situation,
sound
though.
like
You can
you're-
just not
I
clear
don't know. It's just a weird stance for an artist to have. I think to just I'm gonna take away the shuffle button.
I just think
that'll make me never want to listen to your shit ever again, just because of that. Just because that's how you feel. And Adele is a great artist. I don't mean it that way, but that's exactly how I feel now. I would never pull up Spotify and hit play on her shit just because she did that.
I didn't mean to make it a big thing. I don't think any less of her or anything. I saw a couple of other artists echo that they liked it. J. Cole's manager was somebody that had given props to it or whatever. I'm
sure J. Cole takes a lot of pride in his track listen too.
Absolutely. he definitely seems like somebody that would be in favor of not having that available either. I just think in general, artists, we have them elevated so much. Right. Entertainment is so important to us as a society. I think sometimes they get a little bit too high in their self-worth.
It's like saying, don't
it's
skip.
just pretentious to me.
Don't skip my
I don't
song.
think it's that extreme though. I think
don't skip my songs. You can only listen to you have to set aside an hour every day if you want to listen to, if you want to get to your favorite song, because you have to listen to your shit in order.
I think
what the fuck are we talking about?
You can skip.
I think y'all taking it too deep. I think if you ask most people of her level of artistry, would you want them to scramble up their track list that they created the last 2 years? Well, for the same way she does. That's all I'm saying.
I don't give a fuck. You listen to my shit.
Well, if you like fucking, I don't know, Lil Papa, like, nah, just play my shit. It don't matter.
Thank you for listening to my fucking shit about me getting cheated on 1,000,000 times. How about thank you? How about that?
I'm sure she's appreciative.
I angered Carl. I didn't mean to do that. I just thought it was pretentious, but it is what it is.
I will call Spotify about that shit. I pay y'all, but y'all gotta put a shuffle button.
Y'all better put a shuffle button.
Y'all better put a shuffle button on my shit at this very moment, right now. Enough people do that shit. Spotify would say, "Nah, you look, Adele, we tried. This shit's not gonna work out." People like the fucking shuffle button.
What was it you had mentioned about J. Cole's manager? This was something you had talked about last week.
I forgot about that. Let me see if I can find that.
What you were talking about?
Well, he said, here it is. It's kind of a little slur. I think he started off with, also I'll say this while I'm in the club, so it's a little all over the place. But the artists that came up off social media had it harder than any other era. No one will understand having people tell you ain't shit or you should die, etc. But then better than a nigga that made it from this era. Respect that. Social media trying to make you think the last decade of hip hop ain't a golden era, but the artists' fans ain't falling for that hate talk. Now, react.
I don't think much of it. It is what it is. Everybody, whoever's in whatever era you're from,
right?
You understand. Every era has advantages and disadvantages.
Facts.
Whatever era you're from, you feel like the disadvantage you had is a bigger disadvantage than the other eras had.
Right.
So he's right in that people face way more hate and all this shit.
He basically saying it's a gift and curse to be able to, your fans be able to talk to you every day.
100%. I agree.
Of course, you come up to the 90s, you only see your fans when you go to their city or when you go perform wherever they at. Right. But any other time, you don't hear from them at all. Maybe fan mail, people read that shit.
You don't hear from fans, but then you still see stuff like,
not like now, though. Not like social media.
Not like now, but people had other ways of getting information.
Right.
You know, as newspapers,
but it was a lot
like that.
There's a lot of people.
If you want, but as an artist, if you never went there, you would never know. Like I was watching the Wu-Tang joint when they was on. They come up and they was going to different colleges trying to get their shit off. They would go to a new city and not know that people in the city fuck with them until they went down there. Like, you just wouldn't know. It's not like a social media telling you, oh, people in Atlanta fuck with you, da-da-da. They literally just went to the South trying to work a record, not knowing that somebody down here was playing their shit and knew about their record that got put out up in New York. Yeah. It was just, different time.
Pros and cons everywhere. There's a whole gang of artists from 95 probably that nobody ever heard of that would have loved to have had the problem of their fans can access them too easily, but they didn't get a shot because people didn't know about them the way that they would have now.
Right.
So that I don't think there's anything crazy there. What was the second part? The golden era stuff.
Right. Well, he's saying like this last decade is a golden era of hip hop, and people try to discredit that because I guess people think you can get on too easily or whatever.
I don't think that. I think it's
what is golden era?
I think it's even more difficult, like to get on than before nowadays. just because it's an abundance of people.
Well, I think
trying
it's
to
more
get
like
on.
you say. It's difficult in different ways. Like
Yeah,
both
right,
eras
right.
was difficult. It's like back then you had to go to a radio station or go to places to try to get your shit off.
Right,
Now
right.
you can put your shit out and it can go up or it cannot.
But I mean,
Like-
the advantage back then though was that not everybody recording is at your fucking fingertips now. Like,
Yeah.
if I wanted to record a song, you really do it on your fucking phone.
Yeah, back then you really had to put in some extra
Right,
work.
You had to have resources and time in order to do that. Nowadays, you don't
pavement
really
out here.
necessarily need that many resources or that much time. So, in order to do it now, like I said, I think it's more difficult to get on now than it would have been, say, in the '90s or something like that.
What does golden era mean to you?
What you mean? I don't understand the question.
I mean, to me, golden.
Well, like, what does it mean
I
by
feel
that?
like golden era is like, to me, that by definition is like there's one. What is the greatest era of hip hop?
Yeah.
Right.
If he's talking about a golden era, and like just like we talk about with sports, I mean, of course we're in a golden era,
Right.
a new golden era
Right.
of top-notch talent and stuff that should
Yeah.
be in their own category. But I don't know. It depends on if you're talking about golden era as the one. Then I don't know.
Well, I think people just need to accept that the next era is probably the golden era.
Well, I mean, most
What does
people,
that
the golden era is going to be the era that you came up in.
Yeah. Okay.
At the end of the day,
Exactly. So the next era, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's going to be what what's defined as the golden era. We don't make that decision once we die. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like people have a new perspective and I don't know, like they set that tone or
I think it's just like it's kind of like the GOAT thing. Like
That's how I think.
once one person does it, and then that you putting the GOAT on everybody. Like LL Cool J created the acronym of GOAT, but he's probably been way far put to the side of being in the GOAT conversation, even though he created the term.
'cause it's
And I think the
50
golden
GOATs
era,
afterwards,
and I think
right?
the golden era thing was created in the '90s. That term was spoke about in the '90s, and now the time is going on. No, we got a golden era now too. So
No, right. It's
that's what
going to
it
be
is.
the next generation. Like I said, this just keeps going up from here. And that's why I always think, I'm excited about the evolution of music and where it goes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just based off of that, because I don't want to get stuck behind. I want to keep on,
Right.
going along.
Keep pressing on.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think that's all the music stuff that I have.
Yeah, man.
We had that Ashanti.
Oh,
thing,
shout out to
but
Tidal.
We kind of late on. Oh yeah, go with the title stuff. Go with the title.
Title, well, they gave me I woke up one morning and I got an email that I got to upgrade on my shit. You get the hi-fi sound quality now. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then I seen that Title made some adjustments to their shit. They have a standard free subscription you can do now to Titles. You don't have to pay to use Titles, so y'all should go ahead and download that on your phone. But they also have tiers. They have the hi-fi level and the master level, which is the better quality of how the music sounds. They added that, and they're doing something different with how they pay out royalties to artists. They're doing like fan-centered royalties. So basically, whoever that you listen to the most gets most of whatever your subscription, your $10, instead of before like the current how most other platforms would do it. The bigger artists get most of the money, and everybody else, it trickles down to everybody else.
Oh,
after that.
gotcha.
So basically, Drake gets the bulk,
Right.
and then all the other rappers get whatever's left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Tidal's doing a thing now where you literally, if you only listen to these two artists, whoever's your top artist will get most of your subscription money. I thought it was dope.
I think that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, it makes sense. If you would think it should have been that way, but it's not how shit works.
Agree. It's one of those things that honestly, I do think it's really cool. I do think that is how it should be done. That makes the most sense. And we've talked about stuff like this on the pod quite a few times just because it's newsworthy.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, like as a regular person fan, it's stuff that I don't really care about how these artists get paid, if I'm being honest.
Oh, okay.
Do y'all?
I think some people do. I think some people would like to say that they're listening to their artist and, they know that it's directly like going into their pocket. For some reason, some people would feel some kind of satisfaction off of that.
I get that to an extent. With streaming, I guess I just don't think about it. I used to be more specific about. I would buy.
I'm a free music person. I don't get, like, I think, like even if it was an artist that I liked, like back in the day or something like that, I didn't always buy their album type thing.
That's what I was just about to say. The opposite, though.
I
don't buy like a huge like.
I said now you don't have to buy anybody's album.
Right. That's what I prefer.
I'll still buy somebody if they're a new up and coming artist that I want to pop off. I feel like it makes sense for me to support somebody that is making that kind of music.
That's the same thought of the title thing, though.
Yeah, right. Well, so I get the idea of that in general. I bought Section 80 for Kendrick because I was like, this was incredible music. I'd never heard of Kendrick before. People need to hear this dude. I didn't buy the later albums.
Right.
Kendrick is a multi-mega millionaire at this point. I don't need to buy this album.
What does he need from me? I'm a kid. I'm 14.
I see what you're saying.
Right,
it's selfish, but it's true.
I see what you're saying.
I
still like the feeling of knowing that I'm actually when me listening to my favorite artist's music is actually supporting them.
I respect that.
I like just to know that, even if it has nothing to do with how I listened to it before, I'm still listening to it the same way. But to know that the people I'm listening to on a daily, most of the time, is getting most of my subscription money makes sense.
Right, I agree with that. I
fuck with that.
Well, we should get to the football stuff because we did have a good week of football.
Yes, we did.
We got a little long-winded on these other stuff. Good talk.
There's a lot of topics this week.
We end up starting with our teams anyway.
Yeah, we need to do that. We're going to start with Thursday night?
Yeah. I was going to say the Steelers because it was the best game. But Thursday night, go for it. I don't care at all.
Thursday night,
Seemed like
Falcons took a trip down to ATL to holler at them Falcons right quick. We were currently on a 4-game winning streak. Going to see the Falcons. We already know how, the history between the Falcons. They kept bringing back, it's the rematch. Like, these are two totally different teams from that Super Bowl. So I don't know why they keep doing that. But, NFL got to have a storyline with shit, especially for a game, one-night game. But we went down there and handled business, man. Shut out. Defense looked immaculate. Put them boys in the dirt.
It was a beatdown.
In the dirt.
Beatdown.
Should have scored a lot more. Had a little rugged.
Yeah, the offense definitely sputtered.
A few rugged drives in the offense.
Yeah, the offense sputtered in the second half. But, the Patriots got a championship caliber defense, I would say that. They pitched a couple shutouts.
Try to tell y'all, man, they boys is ready.
They can play some defense for sure. They got some good players on the back end. And, I think the only thing that'll probably hold them back is just Mac Jones can play for sure. I like him. But I think the only thing that'll hold them back is just that he'll probably hit a rookie wall here at some point. I would say he's breaking through that wall right now. I think he started off with that wall. It's a long season though. I think what you'll see is like he's going to play well, but it's just going to be situations where he hasn't seen before, and it's going to. The Patriots' offense isn't like explosive. It's really a lot of like dinking and dunking.
Running the ball down the field, long drives.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have the playmakers on the outside so they're really going to have to count on the defense in order to keep the score low, because it's not like they're going to come out there and score 35 points. And they don't need to right now, but eventually I feel like they're going to run across an offense where they're going to need that.
And we did that against the Browns last week. 45.
They're not good.
They're not. They're really not.
They're not a good defense.
54 with the Jets.
Team.
54 on the Jets.
I've been fooled at certain points, but the Browns.
Yeah, in the last 3 weeks, we've held opponents to 0, 7, and 6.
It's a good way to win football games.
Stiff is looking good.
Really good way to win.
Yeah, what teams were those though?
They were the Falcons, the Browns, and the Panthers. Sorry.
Three pretty bad offenses.
Terrible offense.
13 points over 3 games.
Right.
So
doesn't
matter who
the
you
defense
play.
is definitely playing well, but I think it will be
So now look at nobody scored over 30 points on us all season.
Team in the AFC. That's what I'm saying. But I've seen that narrative kind of floated a little bit. I'm here to crush that shit.
You said what happened?
Crush that motherfucker.
You said what? What'd you question?
It is not. Patriots are not the best team in the AFC.
If you're leading your division, put your hand up.
He gave the defense so much props. He
Yeah,
was
don't do
like,
that.
I gotta follow this shit with something.
No, I mean,
Come on, man.
I give him that. The
Lead
defense is
division, and we're
championship.
currently third in the AFC. Put some respect on our name.
I mean, Mac Jones is going to show you why he's a rookie, and especially when they make it into the playoffs, you're going to be like, okay, this guy can play, but then he's going to. He's had those plays pretty much every game where he's going to show you that I'm still a rookie, though. He threw a terrible pick.
I do think that's
He
a
threw that
safe bet.
terrible interception against the Atlanta Falcons.
He might be trying to
It
hate
was
on
alright.
it
It
a
was
little
a
bit.
bit of a
you
terrible
have it.
interception.
I
But
think
one of
that's
his
a real
greatest
player, though.
one of his greatest skills is not making a lot of mistakes. So it's just,
But he's made some bad ones. But
of course, ain't nobody perfect.
Oh, you're right.
Everybody's
exactly.
throwing picks.
And he's played well up to this point.
5-0 on the road.
Yeah, great. I mean, I think
It's great. This is
It's only a
actually
few
the
rookie
best
quarterbacks
rookie
that have
QB has
done
ever
that.
done that. Started off 5
Ben
on the road.
Roethlisberger's one of them. But I mean, he's going to make his. You're going to see. You're going to see him. You come in like Mac won't ready for that. He's maybe going forward. He might be, but it's going to be some.
All I know is we
teams
play the
that
Titans
put it
this
on.
week. And if we beat them and the Chiefs lose, we'll be lead top of the AFC. That's all I got to say. I'm just leave it at that.
Y'all definitely going to beat.
Just leave it at
Titans,
that.
though.
Just leave it at that.
I'll say y'all beat. I don't know. Vrabel might have something for your ass though.
They do play as well.
So yeah,
But you
might-
know, they looking like food right now. They licking their wounds.
a lot of people been saying it's a lot of parody. Don't get fooled. I'm not gonna get fooled about what I'm seeing right now because it's been a lot of up and down in the AFC. So a lot of turnover. 4 weeks ago, we were talking about the Bengals being the best team in the AFC.
Yeah, we ain't the Bengals.
So that's the parody that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this competitive balance.
I thought you said you didn't see the parody.
No,
I'm a surgeon.
no, it's a lot.
All I know is you want to hit your stride in November, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, you guys
We're right on
well.
time with it.
Yeah, you guys are playing well, but it's a lot of football. We got 7 games left or something like that. 6 games.
6, yep.
Like that, yeah.
6 left. Good couple
Good
weeks.
chunk of football left to be played, but yeah, I mean, just fucking the Falcons suck. They're
do.
not good.
They do.
They're not
Yeah,
good. They looked absolutely terrible. The only good thing about them was Matt Ryan. Like, and
He was throwing it a little bit. He was throwing that thing.
he looked
Well,
like
you
he
know.
was a decent NFL player. Nobody else on their roster did.
I think we had another first in that game where we got 4 picks on 3 quarterbacks. Nuts.
That was,
Josh Rosen.
Boy,
got in
Josh
the game.
Rose, I didn't even know he was still in the
He
league.
throws a pick. It's
like a second play.
Terrible interception.
Second
Josh
play.
Rosen threw a touchdown.
He
did.
threw
He
a
threw a
touchdown.
touchdown.
That's what I said.
I mean,
He threw a touchdown.
and they're trying to make excuses. Maybe he didn't see the guy. Like the guy was right in front of his fucking face.
Terrible.
He threw the ball right.
Easy
to him.
money. Easy pickings.
Easy money. And then the other guy, they pulled Josh Rosen as if it was gonna make a difference. Might as well let him finish the game out. There was only a couple minutes left in the game.
You give us
they
one, too.
pull him to put in a third string guy, and he throws an interception on his first attempt.
That
Yeah.
was on the receiver.
What
First
the
attempt.
fuck?
That was tough.
Yeah, still, but I mean, I don't know.
It's good to have these type of games. Builds a lot of confidence for us to go on. I like it.
Yeah, need that.
Defense is on fire.
Definitely can say I don't like to see it.
Of course you don't.
I don't like to see it.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see what happens going forward.
Well, let's get to the Steelers. We got a relatively short time.
Oh, you
here
want to
for these
talk about Cam before we get to Steelers?
I mean, I can go. It's going to be quick. Cam looked great. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, the defense sucked this week after being dominant all the
Motherfucking
way
Heineke.
up until. Well, they had the bad week against the Cowboys too, but couldn't get a fucking stop. Couldn't stop the run. Couldn't stop the pass. That was extremely
That's what I
frustrating.
couldn't
game
understand,
to
man.
watch.
Heineke was tearing you guys up. Just on some fucking grit type of plays where
He
he's
threw
just
some good
getting
balls.
out of shit and just delivering last minute type throws.
That third down play that you're,
Oh,
that you're
man.
thinking of. That was just
Oh,
retarded.
man.
Somebody's
Fucking
got to
guts.
finish that and get. I really couldn't
Get
believe
this guy on the fucking ground, right? That's
Right.
what you got to be thinking. Like, what the fuck is he doing? He's
Right.
scrambling and shit,
Yeah.
getting extra yards, getting up, giving a first down signal. This dude got some moxie.
I really couldn't believe
McLaurin.
It's just no shows.
McLaurin's
No show
nasty.
defense. We finally get the offense to show up.
And Cam looked good.
Out. That touchdown that he threw at the end, the last touchdown
to Christian McCaffrey,
that
beautiful
ball
Yeah,
was
was
so
nice.
perfect over the linebackers underneath.
That was
the
a beautiful
DBs.
ball.
It was so beautiful, and they just fucking.
That's why
wasted
at that point I was like, "Oh, it's over."
Wasted that game. Fucking Redskins 0-4 against the NFC East. Next,
Damn.
Steelers. How about the Steelers?
Well, I enjoyed watching Cam come back. I was excited for him. He had some great moments. I think, of course, I think it's some room for him to grow, but I don't think they're utilizing like the full offense yet. It's probably a very slim playbook that they have to use from, which I'm surprised they didn't like utilize PJ Walker any, especially at some times where like the offense was sputtering a bit. But I think the Carolina Panthers will get better going forward. But yeah. The Pittsburgh Steelers, man.
Big night game.
Sunday night football.
That game had me
I knew
stressed
I was
out.
in for a doozy.
Yeah.
I mean, what can I say? Nothing. I told Moss earlier in the day that I didn't really see a chance for the Steelers to win that game. Just down too many players on defense, and that's the strength of the Steelers team. Once T.J. Watt and Minka's out. I mean, you just don't have guys to replace not only the best players on your team, but these are top 5 players at their position in the league. So you don't have guys. Even if you do have guys to replace, they're not going to be that good.
Right.
Just not. It's highly unlikely.
I think I seen them saying most of y'all starters on defense hadn't played a down all season.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know any of them.
Right.
Any of the people that were on the field. Well, except for a few. Of course, we still had Cam Hayward out there. I thought Cam Sutton played a good game. Cam Hayward's a man amongst boys. He played. He's one of the best defenders in all of football.
What do you think happened on that play when it was over? And he fell down.
I think he was tired.
After
He probably was tired.
I think he was
so
dogged. It was a very awkward play.
I think he was
dog tired.
Trying to figure out
happened.
if it was a punch, if he just kind of fell
I think
forward.
He failed.
It was so weird.
Cam Hayward's not that kind of guy. Like really do like any
I didn't
dirty
get
play.
that vibe from him
I felt like he was laying on top of Herbert, like because he was tired as fuck. Like he was like, man, you gotta stop doing this. You got us running up and down the field. Herbert rushed for fucking 90 yards.
He did. They was calling him Lamar Jackson last night.
You know the last time that's happened?
Every time he took off, he looked so fucking fast. It's retarded.
Yeah. They was like, oh,
I don't know
there he
why.
goes running to the side. TJ Watt's not at again. I was like, damn.
He does because he was running. It was wide open space.
It was just,
Nobody
he was
was
gone
close to him.
looking, bro.
He ran for 92 yards. The last time that's happened is in 2014, where Terrell Pryor had a 90-yard touchdown run. Like, we played Lamar Jackson twice a year. We played him 6
He got that
times.
shit off on one run.
Yeah, we played Lamar Jackson 6 times. He's never had 90 yards rushing. Just to give you an idea of how
wild.
depleted the Steelers' defense was. No
wild.
Joe Hayden, no Minka. Of course, we're missing a couple of guys.
This
up front.
motherfucker had he
No
had almost
TJ.
500 yards himself.
Yeah.
Passing and
Yeah.
rushing. That's nuts.
He was going against a preseason defense, though. I mean, he did exactly
Shit.
like people are gonna give him, pat him on the back and all this stuff, and he deserves it. He's a prolific talent, for sure, and I mean, definitely a quarterback for the future. But a lot of NFL quarterbacks could have done not necessarily what he did, but had
Probably not
a
the
great
running
night.
part, but maybe the passing.
They would have had a fantastic night against what the Steelers had out there.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to this fourth quarter that was so exciting.
That game was stressing me out, bro. Y'all was down 27-10, and then y'all put up 27 points in the fourth quarter.
Well, haven't scored 27 but
How
one
shocked
time
were
all
you?
year.
How shocked were you?
Once we got the block punt, I wasn't.
Yeah, that's where it started. The
Come on,
block
man.
punt was like, oh shit, here it go. I was
Just
like, here
in
come the
general.
bullshit. I said it in the chat, here come the
I always
bullshit.
Just in general, you've told us week in and week out, if we could get to like 2024, so to put up 27 and a quarter, like that had to have been shocking.
Of course, it happened in the game where y'all don't have the defense.
Right, to balance it.
Finally.
That's how it works out for the Steelers. But, I mean, I can't say I was necessarily shocked that we got back in the game. I always expect the Steelers to get back into the game at some point. Some way, somehow. Like, something's going to happen. We're going to get a turnover. We're going to get something to get back in the game. But I always knew, I knew that we were going to lose it.
Right.
regardless, I knew that it was some moments like it maybe had tricked me for a slight second, but then I remembered, oh yeah, we got number 61 out there on defensive line. You know what?
Number 60. You don't even have a name. This is number 61.
You know you're bad if you're number 61 and you play defensive line. This is a guards type number. You suck. They just gave you the number that was left. You know, you didn't even get to pick your number. So I knew at some point it's like, all right, we might can get a stop. We don't have to get lucky. But the Steelers just weren't finishing like as many points as we scored in the fourth quarter. We had opportunity for a lot more points in that game. We weren't finishing drives, kicking field goals. But, you know, who can you blame? You know, you can't blame the offense. They went out there and scored 37 points. You got to blame me. You got to leave it. Hey, this was injuries. Chargers had a good night.
I think that's fair. That when you're losing that many big time guys, it's not like just we're missing three starters.
I'm sorry.
The best.
I'm sorry. I do have someone to blame today. I do have someone to blame today.
Who we blaming?
It is Devin Bush Jr. Heavy on the junior. Because he looks like a child out there.
Oh, wow.
He sucks.
You turn on your guy.
He was good prior to the injury. He's come back from the ACL. He has no. At some point, you're missing all of these guys. You're expecting for this dude to make a play.
Right.
He doesn't flash at all on your screen. He doesn't. You don't see him unless it's a negative play. That's the only time you see Devin Bush on the field, and I don't know what the Steelers are going to do with him going forward. But at this point, he's not a very good player, and he's not. Really, nobody on the second or third level did anything to impact the game in a positive way, except for Cam Sutton did. He was a good player, but other than that, I mean, it was really slim pickings from them guys. But got a bone to pick a little bit with Ben. I think he had his best game of the season for sure, but the Steelers is just with Ben. He's a statue back there. He can't move. He can't extend plays, so it's always going to put you, or the offensive line is going to have to play perfect, especially in clutch or crucial moments in the game, because Ben can't move around. And man, did he hang that ball up for Chase Claypool right there, man. Chase would have walked in the end zone if Ben could throw a pretty good deep ball if you ask him to just throw like the 20-yard dart deep ball type thing, like just kind of like the shot, quick 2-second, boom, throwing a deep ball. But if you're asking him to chuck the ball 35, 40, maybe 50 yards down the field, he can't do it.
Ain't gonna happen.
It's going to float in the air too much. Chase Claypool should have had a touchdown right there. He caught the ball. I think he landed at like the 8-yard line. It resulted in the Pittsburgh Steelers not getting any points. It's happened too much. Ben just can't. He can't. Like I said, this is going to be his last year. Steelers can still win some games with him, of course, but it's stuff like that that's going to hold back the Steelers. Watching Justin Herbert last night really had me jealous. Ben used to be able to do that shit. Pretty much the same thing. Take off, run. Can't do that shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? It really made me jealous to know, like, that's what it feels like to have a quarterback who can, like, extend plays and stuff. And it's so hard because that's what Ben Roethlisberger was known for. It's like the backyard, extending the play type thing. And it's a shell of himself now. So
it's over, man. It's over.
Yeah, but he can still play. The Steelers gonna still win some games. I think. Hopefully we can squeeze out some divisional wins here. If they win about 3 of those, then find maybe 2 more wins in there, maybe 1 more. Got to get to 9 victories to have a chance at the playoffs. If you're the Steelers, to even have a thought of it, got to get to 9 victories. If you get 10, I think you get in there. But I highly doubt that this team can muster up 10 wins in the rest of the season. So we'll see.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
I think the Chiefs and Cowboys switch bodies.
Yeah.
Cowboys suck all of a sudden.
Right.
The Chiefs weren't great.
They switch bodies.
The defense looked really good last night. It played really well.
They did.
Is it that, or was it the Cowboys' offense is just kind of seems like that's what they do now?
Well, I think
weeks they've been back and forth a bit.
Zeke got banged up in that game. CD went out. Who else was hurt?
Cooper was out.
Cooper was out. They had Gallup back, but basically Gallup was their best offensive weapon, and maybe Tony Pollard that night. That was available.
Right. I don't really. I think Dallas is better than that. And I'm not necessarily like.
But he looked horrible though.
I think it's still. I'm not sold on Kansas City at this point, though. I don't know who I'm sold on in the AFC, honestly, though.
Nobody, but they've played really good defense for 5 weeks in a row. The injuries were a problem, sure, and some of the other teams were not great teams, but as much as we piled on to how terrible the defense was this year, they've made a legitimate turnaround. That unit, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can look at the Cowboys game and say that they played better, but I mean, like I said, they haven't played any good teams or any explosive offenses that they shut
beat
down.
The Packers 13-7
with Jordan Love.
It's weird. It's weird.
You know what I'm saying? They haven't played any explosive offenses where I'm like, okay, that defense is legit. Well, I think they have some good players on their defense, and I think they did this kind of more like last year as well too. They appeared to play better down the stretch than they had at the beginning of the season on defense, but I don't believe it. I still don't believe it yet.
It's still wide open.
I don't know what do you mean? You don't believe it?
I don't believe their defense is good.
Or do you think they're top 15 or no?
I would say bottom half.
All right. I don't think so, but that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, I would say bottom half. Still, what do y'all think about the Bills?
I don't.
At this point,
I mean,
they got crushed.
They did.
What was it, 41-14?
41-15. I mean, Jonathan Taylor had a fucking day. Like, you couldn't do shit about that dude.
He's the best running back in the NFL right now?
Gotta be the most active.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Now that Derrick Henry's down.
folks.
Now that Derrick Henry's down, he definitely is.
Like
8
you said,
weeks in a row.
It's automatic.
They said 8 weeks in a row, 100 yards and a touchdown.
He's definitely on pace to win that rushing title. Now that Derrick Henry's
He
out.
looks incredible. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. First to get to 1,000 yards.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly makes the Colts look like a threat a little bit. I think they're only like 5-5 or something. Like the Colts are not a very good
6-5.
team.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense any week.
Man, AFC is just what it is right now.
Every week there's a team that looks like they might be like unstoppable, and the next week they get smashed. And it's like,
What's the Bills'
maybe
problem?
this one. I haven't even watched them play yet this year.
I've seen
I feel like it's
one game.
the least watched team of the NFL.
Yeah.
They played so many crappy teams. They played 4 in a row against the bottom of the league.
They lost to the Jags.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was one of the losses. So I don't know. I haven't watched them,
man.
man. I can't even comment, to be honest.
I mean,
Giving up 5 touchdowns is a problem, though.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
definitely.
I
I
would
think
start
they
there,
had
yeah.
like the number 2 rush defense like coming into
Yeah,
it. though.
they
Like, I
did.
stayed away from betting on Taylor because I expected they were gonna shut that down a little
I
bit.
forgot they did beat the Chiefs too. 38-20.
I don't know what they're going.
Yes, it's a toss up, man. We just trying to take that top spot, man. At the end of the day, they in the way. We play them twice in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
I think the AFC playoffs going to be like the most interesting thing.
I think so too.
In the NFL.
Of course, because it's so close.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's hard. It's going to be hard to say who's the underdog.
It's literally like 10 teams that still have a shot.
I think it's going to be like that on both sides. I think the AFC is the one that keeps getting talked about. I think the NFC is just as confusing. Yeah, I think I looked at the NFC standings earlier, and there's like 4 teams,
Yeah,
4 or 5 teams that were
Arizona,
like head
Green
and
Bay,
shoulders.
Rams, and they got Dallas at 3rd right now, but Tampa Bay too.
And those are all teams with like 3 losses.
Yep.
And then the wild card gets to like 5 and 5s. So it's not quite as the AFC's got like you said, 8 or 9 teams that could all go like to the first seed within
It's
a
going
week
down
or
to
2.
the wire, man. I'm telling you, teams are going to have to play all 17 games. It's not going to be many teams resting.
Especially now they got the extra spot, the 7th spot in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
yeah. I mean, they
People
have
wanna
last
get
year
that.
too, but
I mean, I'm just saying, if it's a lot closer this year than last year.
yeah. I mean, it's never like I think that they've said before, like it's never been as many teams over 500 at this point in the year or something like that, or at least that's what they said last
well.
week.
I believe it.
So,
I believe it.
It's still anybody's game. Even where the Steelers sit right now, they could possibly come out of this. If they were to win all of the rest of their games, they could be the number 1 seed in the AFC if things broke out correctly. That would be the nuts.
15 teams over 500. That's half the league.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, it's gonna be some teams that might have been actually kind of good that don't make the playoffs, and it might vice versa be a team that's not really good at all but did make it just because of the tiebreakers and shit like that.
Whoever gets hot down the stretch, got going a little streak.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
The Vikings found a way to not lose a big game.
They did.
Yeah, that was
I was
surprising.
positive that they were going to lose. That one was a really fun fourth quarter too. It kept going back and forth.
And Rodgers got hot.
They were up on them early.
Yeah, they were up a decent amount and then blew it. I thought it was, I mean, it's not like it's a genius decision, but they did a good job at the end of the game to make sure that they were not giving that ball back.
That's what's important, man. Especially the game-winning drives as an offense is not just about going down there and scoring, but it's it's about using up the clock as well too. You know, that's when you know you're a good offense, when you can do both.
Yeah.
It's a lot of teams that can get down there and get 3 and then leave, a minute on the clock for somebody else to come down and fucking score. That's what happened to the Steelers. It's that's how I know our offense isn't good. You know, we didn't take up enough time off the clock. But it was a 3rd and 3 or something like that. You got to convert that, and if you convert that, we're going to win the game because we kicked the ball and with no time left. That's what you're trying. That's what you're hoping for. But yeah, I think that's what you can say that you're a good offense if you can drain the clock and go down there and get the game scoring or a game winning score or whatever at the same time. So hey, good. Hats off to Kirk Cousins.
Got it
He's
done.
at 21-2 now.
21-2, yeah. And it's
touchdowns, interceptions. That's just ridiculous.
That's nuts.
That's insane, and it's even more insane to have that and be 5-5.
Right.
How much longer does he have on his contract there?
I don't know.
Sure, a lot.
I feel like he signed a 3-year deal.
He's gonna get another big contract.
Probably.
Oh yeah, it's going to be all guaranteed.
Whether
again.
it's Minnesota or
he's the
elsewhere.
smartest football player
It's your boy.
in the game. As far as off the field shit,
I mean, because even
he's got nothing.
with
but
him having his
guaranteed
record,
contract.
having those stats, it's you can't let him go.
Bro, he's for the last.
you
6
got to
years,
keep him he's
And
still.
if they somehow decided we're just gonna make the move and decide not to take him back,
Right.
There's a whole gang of other
Everybody's
people to take him.
ready to snatch him
Bro,
up.
for the last 5 to 6 years, he's got nothing but guaranteed money. I don't know if any other player in the NFL can say that. That's what I'm saying. He's the smartest guy. He's got nothing but he bet on himself. The Washington franchised him twice
Yeah.
or 3 times, and then after he picked up those bags, went to Minnesota, and they gave him a 3-year, $84 million deal. Fully guaranteed.
Big money.
This dude's made hella money, and he's playing well enough to the point, excellent right now, but over the course of his time, or career, he's playing well enough to guarantee him another contract after this.
Pretty much.
Somebody is going to sign Kirk Cousins again.
Yeah,
that
honestly,
is a fact.
it would be nice for him if the contract's up this year.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not going to put up a better
right now
season.
Mid-season. It'd be nice for him if the contract was up.
For real.
You know what? I'm only going to sign for 8 games. People going to start doing that shit. We'll reassess.
Y'all got to pay me for these.
Yeah, shout out to that dude. I still don't trust him, but obviously he can. He's shown that he can be a competent quarterback in the NFL and lead a team at least to or a decent offense for sure. He can run it.
That boy Jefferson is a problem.
Jefferson
doesn't hurt having him on the team.
Oh yeah, Adam Thielen is no joke either though. People don't give him enough credit, but he just always finds a way to make a play every week.
Did
He's
you
a
see
playmaker.
that catch that Thielen had on the sideline?
Crazy
at the end of the game.
when he stopped himself from going out of bounds.
That should have been a pick.
Yeah,
That corner ran the route and just had no idea where the ball was. He's like, bam! It's right next to your head, my guy.
That's what they call almost picks.
That was terrible.
Normally touchdowns.
Ooh, I like that.
So hey,
Well, we really only got a couple minutes left here. You guys have anything else, football or otherwise?
Well, LeBron?
Totally forgot about LeBron. Totally
Probably hit that
forgot.
real quick. Maybe.
All right, so anybody that's a basketball fan saw the play from last night.
LeBron and the Pistons. Well, Lakers against the Pistons.
I don't think he intentionally meant to do what he did.
Right.
I think he clearly was like in the
Clocked his ass,
aggressive
though.
box out and like recklessly threw an elbow. But I think he expected that to be like let me give you one of these chest shots. This is
Yeah. He
my
probably
remark.
thought he was going to throw his arm off of him or something.
Yeah, I don't think he intentionally went for the eye at all.
Yeah.
But completely understand why homeboy lost it so many times.
Yeah.
He tried to run through everybody on the court to go get him.
It was kind of, he was going a little bit overboard, but my man was leaking.
He was blacked out.
Like, when you leaking, you got to retaliate or something.
I'd be pretty pissed about it too, probably.
Yeah.
Do you think he really wanted to fight?
I think he did.
So there's 2 times that made me question because everything else says, yes, I'm ready to fight your ass right now.
The initial.
The initial,
Walk up,
when
yeah.
they stand up face to face, he didn't do anything.
Right.
And then afterwards, when he had like the crazy run court to court and he ran through like 3 people trying to hold him
Yeah.
back, as soon as he got close to LeBron, he
They
stopped.
said that was John Taylor yesterday.
Right.
It was so, I don't know. I'm not 100% sold if he really wanted the.
Some people do
the fight or
that
not.
though. That's what some people do.
I think he was mad enough to fight, but I think he still knew my
can't
career.
do this.
My career is over. If I like really come in swinging,
I'll tell
If you're still on LeBron
he-
James,
he-
you're done. If you're still on
he did
LeBron, you're
enough
done.
damage, though, like,
hit LeBron in Detroit,
Yeah.
close to
Yeah.
the anniversary of the Malice at the Palace.
Yeah.
The man's done for at that point if he did.
yeah, you can't touch LeBron.
But that
Yeah, I
was
see him
wild.
off
too.
the court about that.
Yeah, I heard he's real apologetic. They
did
say he
see
tried to
that.
apologize after he did it.
Yeah, I don't believe
He
there
won't
was
hear that
any-
shit.
Any
I
illness.
seen Russ was posted up.
He was.
Russ was gonna go.
Russ gonna ride.
He was.
Always has. I think he got. I seen that. You seen that post game interview when they told him he got a tech and he didn't know. He was like, "Oh, I got a tech."
Yeah.
But damn, why I got a tech? Why could you post it up on my man's, bro? Like,
They
I mean,
said,
what else you gonna do?
that's not
What else
that's not
supposed to do?
de-escalating situation if you just go ahead and post up in front of
they
him.
said, they said he was-
That's kind of my stance on it.
said
Though.
he participated more as an escalator
Right.
than a
Yeah.
peacemaker.
Pretty
Is
much.
The words that they
Pretty much.
ended up getting suspensions though. 2 games for the Detroit guy, 1 for LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not like it really matters. LeBron's been out this whole time anyway. So
Yeah, he just
wasn't
came
his
back.
first
Was the day
game back?
It's like his second game back.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does not like it really matters.
It's
So
not that serious. Still a long season, but yeah.
somebody should have went on ahead and got his little. He could have been a legend. The guy who punched LeBron in the face. He should have just when he got that off. You can have a podcast for years about it.
A legend.
He could have been a legend.
And
though.
missed out on his NBA career.
Look, I mean, it's not like it's gonna be that much anyway. Probably so. I don't know.
You don't know.
But don't nobody know that guy's name.
He's a Piston.
Yeah, right, exactly. So
He's I think he's a decent big rebounder.
maybe probably never hear from this dude again. You know.
Well, anything else?
Nah, man. That's it for me.
Yeah, that's about it, man.
I do got a
Nothing too
sample.
crazy.
So you got 2?
Though. I got a sample.
You got 2?
No,
Damn.
no, I know.
I had something. I'll hold it. I'll hold it though,
Yeah.
because we gotta get into it.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to touch on some more basketball and stuff next week as we get a little bit more into the season and all that. But I think we touched on good topics. The early discussions before we got to sports were good ones today.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So you already know. If you're listening to the audio, I mix this up. If you're on the YouTube, we're out. If you're on the audio, samples are coming.
Yes,
We love
indeed.
you. I appreciate you guys. Peace.